This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the Zooboard Zeppelin, the IG MVP, the Kinfolk King, your bitch basic, his very advanced, his honor of honeys, these color plus don't run, the curation Kaiser, you suck on D's, he's sock a knee, paging Dr. Fashion, the Raja of research, the reference is his preference, the Prince of production, his IG page, yeah, it's a whole ass mood, the mustachioed maestro, your TikTok, his dick rocks, the styling savant, you wear Ame Leon Dor, he lends Amine his drawers, founder of Color Plus, founder of Very Advanced, and DJ Jordan Page. Jordan, how the hell are you?
I'm doing all right. That was I think I need to leave.
You're speechless.
I'm absolutely speechless. That was amazing.
No mustache today.
I know, man.
You're looking scruffy, buddy.
I'm a little rough around this time of the year. I try to let
because you just saw your Spotify Wrapped. It was a mess.
Oh my God, so much like rave dance music. Something's been going on with my life.
And Taylor.
You're trying to dance through it, dude. Some people tweet through it. You're just boogieing through it.
I feel like I'm still in the throes of COVID, so I need to have some sort of release. Like
that's
brain
long.
is still,
that's long COVID, actually.
Yeah. Actually, no, my brain's still in winter 2020. So yeah, I got to get through it somehow.
Well, I'm glad you're speechless because we're about to start a podcast.
Yeah,
so we're set up for success.
What's up, Jordan? Long time coming. I feel like we've been begging you to come on, but we just needed to wait for a collab to drop.
No, oh my God, like my publicist. No, I'm kidding. I don't have one. No, but yeah, it's funny. I've known you guys for years from hanging out at Kinfolk. Yeah. RIP, got to do that.
Dude, the biggest rip of all time.
The biggest rip of all time. But, things happen when they're supposed to happen.
Wow. Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Even the death of an institution?
Yeah, man.
Where am I supposed to shake my little tushy now?
Yeah.
Cafe Blair.
All right.
Okay.
You, man.
Oh, that's like the new spot down the block.
It's a block from where Kinfolk used to be. The owners are great. The staff is great, and I've been DJing there. So
catch on the ones and twos there. Okay.
Yeah, anywhere he's DJing is the place to be.
To shake your little rump.
I try. I'm trying to do more of the rave scene though, man. I want to get down and dirty in the.
Is that what you're playing these days? Like you're dropping rave bangers?
I mean, like I've always loved dance music, but like recently, since I guess the world opened back up, I've been like exclusively DJing dance genres.
Okay,
not a lot of Future, not a lot of Migos, not a lot of Drake these days, but I still love it. But I mean, the house and disco and techno and
that's where your heart is right now.
That's where.
Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at?
Basement Jacks,
baby. Shit, right? Yeah, there you go.
yeah, definitely, man. Honestly, I've thrown that on a couple times.
I mean, and it's a classic.
Well,
we don't do outro music anymore. God damn it.
Yeah.
We don't want this pod to get taken down like maybe somebody else's.
Yeah. Can you even sing song? Can you like?
Oh yeah. I can sing.
We can sing. Buddy.
Okay.
It's off tone enough where it doesn't get picked up by the algo.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's keep this one on the
air. From where's your head at to where's your fit at?
Oh boy,
Jordan, nice. Look at that, dude.
That was insane.
They call us the Chemical Brothers. Let's do a fit check, Jordan. And the choice for you is do you want to start top down or go bottom up?
I'll do top down.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
You're a fucking cop, bro.
Oh my God,
cop
man.
at the rave.
Look, I just think a lot. That's all.
He's a plain clothes behind the desk.
He just woke up. He's on his vamp shit.
Yeah. Okay, you can go top down.
Well, look,
whatever you want. I already blew it.
I will follow house rules.
Okay,
I'll do bottom up.
What are the kicks?
The kicks are, honestly, and I love them. They're my winter boots. Those J. Crew low top hiking boots.
They look like way more expensive than they are.
They were like less than $300.
They look like Danners.
They look and feel like Danners,
but not union made. Unlike Danners,
not union made, but I will say slightly more comfortable.
Ooh, yeah. Less break-in period.
That's the hot take. I got them. Had to be like late September.
Okay.
When they hit the store, J.
Low top hiking boots easier to wear. Honestly, easier to put on, take off.
Easier on your ankles.
Better interaction with the pant.
Yes.
Typically.
Yes. The pant falls nicely over them. Speaking of pants.
Don't skip the socks.
The socks. Oh,
socks are nice.
Pilgrim.
Shout out Pilgrim.
Pilgrim socks. I've had these for a while. I don't know how long you should have socks, but I've probably had these
too long.
You should. No holes, though. They're very well made.
Thank God.
Pants are vintage Polo Sport.
They're fucking sick.
Thank
Damn,
you,
with
man.
the drawstrings on the
Yeah,
cargos.
those are what a
Cargos.
detail from Lift Shits, dude.
Yeah, dude. Lift Shits knocked it out of the park with these.
Ralph knew what he was doing.
Dude, I gotta say, I got these from the King Vintage sponsor.
Oh, that's our fucking guy.
Did you go into the basement and dig through the thousands of racks?
I did. Me and him, we go way back. We do some trades every now and then.
Nice.
And again, I think I gave him like a couple of vintage like Abercrombie tees, and he gave me these, and I had to wait till now to wear them because they're really like thick.
They're beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah. That's
beefy.
like the real deal.
Very, very structured.
Is that how
very-
you cop a lot of vintage? Is you come through and like try to make a little deal with a trade?
You know, sometimes I'm in
Some
in
rough trade?
Yeah. No, sometimes I'm in the thick of it. I like to go do my own sort of thrifting adventures. Usually, well, New York is tough, but like
Mhm.
if I'm out of town somewhere for a day, I'll try to find like a couple of spots to hit up. But like with my friends that do the reselling thing, I try to do some trades here and there just because
I like
it's
that.
easy.
Is Vintage Sponsor your go-to dude?
Yeah, you know,
Typically?
it's a couple vintage sponsor and Brian Procell, Brian and
Shout out
Jess,
Brian,
for
legend.
sure. And,
Different price points than those two.
different, you know.
Yeah.
Brian's got the good designer
different
stuff.
lanes. Yeah.
And
Vintage Sponsor, though, has all that good Ralph. Like we were
Yeah.
talking even just on pod, like the Ralph Lauren country that he has, like
Yes.
the real good. I mean, obviously Polo Sport as well, all the good discontinued shit, you know?
he has those, and a few of them he refuses to sell to me, but he has those like really great
You gotta wear them
Polo
down.
country. I mean, like they're just amazing. They're those like they look like rugbies, but they kind of also have like an Oxford fit to them. And they were just really thick and sturdy, and I love them.
Shout out fucking Ralph
Yeah.
Lauren.
He was
dude.
just run.
Fucking
Shout out Ralph.
jeez.
Yeah, shout out Ralph Lauren.
He's the one who designed him,
You
dude.
really deserve it,
Vintage
man.
Sponsor just got a 5-minute ad for free, dude.
He
Chill.
sure fucking did. Honestly, big shout out to
Yeah.
Matthew Robert.
Mhm.
Um,
Shout out, Matt.
shirt is you know the new. I got to be a hot boy.
Yeah.
The new Dries Stussy collab T-shirt.
Did you get anything else from the collab?
I got the jeans.
Not-
Oh, you did?
I did. It's the first time I've
Big
ever
jeans.
gotten a big drop, big old jeans.
Yeah.
First time I've ever gotten a big drop from those guys. Usually because like they run out of my size pretty
Right.
early. Everybody wants like big boy sizes, so like the
And Hugo is like
36s,
pilfering for himself, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like closet somewhere in his apartment.
Yeah, right. Is that
There
your
were nothing
collab
but
of
big
the
old
year,
jeans.
would you say? Because
Um,
that's one that I feel like people are maybe, at least when I'm seeing this, a little split on.
You know, I really enjoyed it. I mean, for me, like it's the older I get, the less seriously I take things. Like there's still some like care and integrity and critical thought to like what I think. But like if I see something that's fun and wearable, I just take it for what it's
Yeah.
worth.
This
I don't
was a
think
fun and
too
wearable
much about it.
collection.
That's that good nihilism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like you gotta like not care too much.
You got to stare into the
sometimes.
abyss.
Did
The
you
abyss
want-
is going to stare back at you, and you're like, let's get a fit off.
Yes.
Did you want the bong coat at all? Did you have any designs on that?
No, I did not have any designs on
Okay.
that. You know, I saw the stencil jeans and a couple of the t-shirts, and I was like, I'm gonna try for those.
That's my speed.
Yeah, that's my speed. If I don't get them, I don't get them. But yeah, I like jeans, like traditional denim with some print on them. That's always been like a fashion kink of mine. Like I see
Fashion Kings.
I
Boom.
see denim with some sort of print, and I'm like, all right, I'm like locked in. I gotta
Give
try
the-
and
give
get
Getting
that.
fucking worked up over here.
a little bit.
Breathing
Cream,
hard.
cream my printed jeans.
It's
Do you have
those jeans.
the Supreme Smurf jeans? Like what else?
no.
The NBA joints?
I let those pass me, but I did have a pair of at one point because I didn't really wear it. My heyday or my high school days, it may have been my heyday, early 2000s. So like I was in high school when the whole NBA all over
Right.
Sure.
patch print, and my mom was
You
not
lived it.
having it. She was like,
OJ the Juice Man was
You don't
was a fashion icon.
dude, big time, man. Hey. But no, like I had
Make
a
the
pair
jeans say,
recently
hey.
that I actually I think Brian and I did trade. This was
Oh,
like
really?
5 or 6 years ago. Procell and I did a trade for them. I forgot what he gave me, but I gave them to him.
Something worth way more than NBA patch jeans.
I know.
He
that.
wants
Although
what he
now
wants.
he might have flipped them to fucking like Cara Delevingne. Or some
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
for,
I was
you know.
gonna say Rihanna
Yeah, somebody.
in her closet somewhere.
Some
somewhere.
A-lister.
Yeah, I mean that's how he does. He's only A-list.
And the chapeau. Oh no, wait.
oh.
What about this fucking beautiful?
Yeah, we were talking about this
jacket
upstairs
we were
a
talking
bit.
about.
Yeah, no, my big red puffer. I
Big
got
red
it
puffer.
a couple of years
Whole lot of red.
Yeah, it's from Feathered Feathered Friends. It's this really great outdoor
Your jacket's a bird.
Yeah.
dude,
Birds aren't real, but feathered friends are.
It's a friend of feathers.
This shit, you might be able to hike up Everest on that.
This is the real deal, dude.
Look, that shit was made in Seattle, and they make some of them to order. Like if they don't have your color or whatever you want in the store, they make it to order.
Sick.
And that's why you're getting a fresh piece of product, but it's also been around for like 50
years, literally 50 years.
Yep.
Why is Seattle the most down city? Like they're down good. They do like Crescent Workshop,
Nice.
Rocky Mountain Featherbed,
Yeah, all of
Feathered
them.
Friends. My duvet is from Seattle,
Really?
and it is spectacular. They do just great bedding.
I mean, a lot of people sleep outdoors there.
That's true.
So you gotta
Don't sleep on the sleepers.
Guys,
This
and
city hates
by the
birds.
way, that was not an insensitive joke about the houses.
It's okay,
that was
bro.
about
Oh, right.
outdoor community.
Yes.
Not trying
Not
to
the
get
whole-
We
The
did
housing
about like a
challenge.
tight 5 on the outdoor community
Tight
on
5 is about
Patreon.
15.
Yeah, so don't worry, dude.
Yeah.
You're good.
Just had to clarify.
Yeah.
But okay, so that is not. So you get that made to order because that is beautiful.
Some of them are. I know that when I got it a couple of years ago, I wanted the red one. They didn't have one in stock in the store because I guess they have a storefront that they pull stock from. So they made it. It took like a month to
Fire.
get to me, and I loved it. It's maybe
It's held up real fucking nice too, you know?
Feathered Friends for
Yeah.
all you guys.
That ain't no
Get
fucking
into
North
it.
Face. I mean, shout out North Face, but
No,
So that'll hold you
There's
down
levels to
through,
this
through a
shit.
whole New York winter. Like you don't need to. Do you need to layer under that when
no.
it gets real?
I usually just have
icy?
a t-shirt on under it, and I'm
Damn.
totally fine.
Dreams,
Totally
Hell
fine.
goals.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get you one.
might
Yeah.
fuck sunflower. No, just kidding. We love our game friends.
God damn. And now to the hat.
Only New York.
Mm.
Shout out Only New
dear
York.
friends of
Mhm.
mine. I've known those guys for ages, and they still make
Slept
good
on.
stuff. Very slept on. Thing is, like, and I've said that they're creepers. Like they were coming up.
They're
no, they're
creeps?
creepers. No. They're great guys, but the brand is it's a sleeper
Sleeper for
brand.
sure. Mhm.
They came up during the time of like Raised by Wolves and like other brands that like no one even thinks of these
Yeah.
days,
Right.
and they're still there. And
Uh-huh.
they opened a second store in Brooklyn, and I just think they have a very loyal.
And they've
fan
also,
base.
I have to admit it, like they were. I always grouped them with like that wave of streetwear of like that was kind of
Late
Seem-
2000s.
yeah.
that was like played up by now, but they've definitely made like the product speaks for itself, where they've broken out of
Yeah.
that like categorization, and now they
Yeah.
kind of are much more like contemporarily like I don't know. Just,
There's hits
just
every season.
in it.
No,
right
I
now.
know.
Those fishing
They're-
shirts they
they're-
did were fucking sick.
And
Like,
it's funny because Micah, the co-owner and founder, is really good friends with Toro y Moi. And I say they're the Toro y Moi of fashion. Under the radar, like snuck out of their original genre and have managed to stay around and stay relevant.
Yeah.
damn.
That's
Okay.
the exact same thing.
Damn.
And
A metaphor for the
underwear,
ages.
the panties.
Nike boxer briefs, I think.
Okay. And the jewels.
I just usually keep Maple Co.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the neck and
On
the wrist.
No, this is Canal Street
Okay.
somewhere. I
Sure.
forgot which one. This is Maple Co. out of Vancouver.
Okay.
They do really, really great pieces for, a really decent price, man. I like what they do a lot.
They're the
Yeah.
Canal Street of Vancouver.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the little hoopy hoop.
Canal Street as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Respect.
I don't think
Hope you got that shit washed before you put it in.
Oh, dude. Honestly, let it soak in some vinegar.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Just to be safe.
All right, you were sipping on Greenpoint's finest. Fit check, drink check complete. Jordan, you have a brand, you have big collabs on the way, and we're going to get into both those things. But before we get into those, we kind of want to just like qualify the credentials real quick. So like I learned this yesterday, and Lawrence was like, yeah, I think he's like worked with some like serious brands before. What work have you done exactly with Supreme and Versace?
I've done design research for both, and with Supreme, I worked through Brian. This was like years and years ago. But design research is essentially finding like obscure reference pieces, whether they're actual full like cut and sew pieces or graphics for brands to kind of use and reference and
Mhm.
make their own.
Right.
I mean, I think it's like well known now through Instagram accounts like Supreme Copies, which I think is like defunct or whatever. But like a lot of brands reference for
Yeah.
graphics.
There needs to be a
especially.
logo for the logo flip,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like
some people are like, like we want to make something cool, but we need like proof of concept.
Right.
Like it just doesn't come out of thin air. So, And
You
it's
can't,
not
you can't
just
talk a
green.
shirt into existence.
I mean,
You could try on a
you could-
podcast.
No, you need to be like, hey,
try.
hey,
You
take
could
this and
try.
do that.
Yeah,
So, some people just find comfort in something already existing, and it just you
Sure.
know I don't mind if people think that there's like integrity issues, but I'm like fuck it. Like if you can find something that was like on a poster hidden in somebody's basement and use it for your own, why not?
This is part of streetwear culture. I mean, it is what it is.
It is.
Whether
You're
you agree
deep-
with it or not.
You're a fucking bookworm, just like digging deep in the historical everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's fun. I like researching. I know that's not like the hottest thing to do, but like for me, it's just
You're a nerd.
Yeah, a little bit.
We all are.
But like in more than one way. I've always like
In a cool way.
like the idea of like collecting things and or learning things and video games.
You're about it. You're about it. You're about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I think in my truest form, I am a nerd. I just happen to like things that people can use in a very cool space.
No, totally.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about you did some work for Nike? What did you do there?
Yeah, that was just like a lot of production work. I mean, so I've done work with them through this really great boutique agency called Something Special Studios,
Okay.
where I've done some consultation on products where they're the go-to agency for Nike's like very special, very cool events and or seating initiatives. So like I've helped with, production, getting stuff made and or like consulting on like how things should look and like, is this tasteful or not? Should this be given to a celebrity, et cetera, et cetera?
And we should not put James and Lawrence on the team.
Yeah, yes. I was going to say thanks for fucking nothing, Jordan. What the hell,
I'll
bro?
talk to those guys over there. It's been a while. I'll rap with those guys.
When it comes to that like production side of things, and then the also like on the spectrum of that to like the reference piece stuff, do you prefer, or is it kind of like one like type of work versus the other? Or
I prefer referencing.
Yeah.
I really like the research.
you like to dig?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the digging is like it reminds me of like digging for dope vintage clothes, like
Right. Or vinyl or like anything. Right? Yeah.
anything. Yeah, I just like unearthing gems and kind of sharing them with the world. That's really kind of like
No
what I get off at.
gatekeeping, kids.
No gatekeeping.
No
man.
gate.
No John left unturned. Are
Yeah.
you like digging? Is it mainly just like on obscure ass tumblers? Is it like
No, well,
in actual libraries? Where what are you?
all
Where
of
are you
it.
doing this?
Libraries. A lot of libraries have magazine archives, old like dead message boards where the links are still active. I'm talking
Yeah.
like from late 90s, early 2000s.
That's how James cyberbullied kids on Fashion Bros.
It's true. Yeah.
Were you on the like NERD forums back in the day?
No. I was never a forum guy. The only forum trawling I did was Hypebeast's like fit check forum, where before the phrase fit check was invented by the two standing before you.
Mhm. By the Chemical Brothers.
We'd be on page. I'd be on page like 2,900 and finding photos of kids like covering themselves in Yeezys and
Goodness.
Yeah.
splayed out like Jesus Christ.
It's like the
And
12th
Jacob
layer
Keller.
of hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where Very Advanced the mood board Instagram account started from just all your research?
I mean, that started just like from friends convincing me to like do something to show the vintage I thrifted. So essentially, yes.
You're like, talk your shit.
Well, yeah. So like, I mean, I'm 37 now. I have an older brother, and like, I know a lot about things that I shouldn't because I was too young in the 90s. So everything from like pop culture stuff, music stuff, fashion stuff,
Right.
and it was just a bunch of stuff I remembered that I relayed on that account. So between those two things, that's how that started.
Behind every cool guy, there is a cooler older brother.
Exactly.
That's how it works. Except with us. We're the cool older brother in that case. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. And just to round out your credentials and background before we get into like the things you're doing right now, how do you get the gig styling Amine?
Man, so Liam McCrae, who
Shout out Liam.
is a photographer for Stussy, amongst other things, hit me up randomly. I actually met him through a really good college friend of mine and fraternity brother, actually.
Okay.
Liam.
Liam.
Liam was in a frat?
No. My
You were in the
Dominic
frat.
I was.
Got it.
I met Liam through Dominic, because Dominic works in film out in LA. And we connected, and then it was something he wanted me to work on him with like years ago, and it just didn't work out. And then the opportunity to work with Amine through Liam came a little over a year ago, like October last year. It was like one day he hit me up and was like, "Hey, we need a stylist for this music video. Do you know who Amine is?" I was like, "Of course I do."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Do you have availability in the next couple of days?" This was like a very quick turnaround. I was like, "Yeah," and he didn't say where the video was. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So he connects me with Amine. We talk on the phone. By the way, that guy's got like great personal style. He doesn't need much.
We want to talk to you about that for real. Yeah.
But I was able to pull some stuff, and then I found out that they were shooting actually in Portland. So in a matter of like 3 hours from like pulling to being on a plane.
Wow, crazy.
I was on a plane to Portland.
Oof, that's a long flight.
Yeah,
It's longer than LA.
especially with like, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of clothes that like I'm financially responsible for. So
Right. When you do a poll like that on such short notice, obviously like you're going to go to your friends at brands, but how much are you just digging in your own personal archive too?
Some of it was my own stuff. And I think there's like a big overlap of my style and his style. So it all worked out. But, I have some friends in high places that were able to help with a very, very quick turnaround. We pulled a couple of Todd Snyder pieces, Don't Sleep. Was able to
friend of the show, Todd Snyder.
Yeah. Todd Snyder has some great stuff. I feel like folks are
this season. It feels like a breakout season.
It really gets better and better.
It really has, and I've been very, very impressed over the last couple of years. Emily Bodie allowed me to come in and pick some stuff and take it over. And then honestly, Matt, vintage sponsor, I picked up some stuff from him too, and it was great. He basically wore almost like, I would say, half the stuff. A lot of stuff didn't make it into the video, but like we at least like wore it and got it on film.
Yeah. Was this what video? Was this the Gorpy one where he's like, what was the song?
The Charmander is the name of the song.
Banger song too, by the way.
Yeah, but I honestly like it. The reception for that video was great. But like I said, I think that he could have pulled it off without.
Yeah,
it was like all stuff he would have worn anyway.
Did the styling relationship go further beyond that, or was it just one video?
Just the one video, but we've like kept in touch. Like I've gone to his shows when he's in New York. I hope to work with him again. He was like amazing to work with. Absolute
professional guy,
consummate professional, but like really fun and funny. And his crew that were on set, a bunch of cool guys as well. And like honestly, hey, Adam, if you're out there, let's
holler at your boy.
Holler at your boy. Let's work together again. That was fun.
But he was already kind of like there. You didn't have to like walk him back from wearing like all chrome and Dior and shit.
There's no mirror jeans on the racks.
It was like pulling teeth. He's a big Rick Owens guy.
He's like, yo, you have any NBA denim?
No, man. Like I said, the dude's got like a keen fashion sense himself. So for me, it was just really like we talked on the phone. And he kind of let me know what his vision was. He said he wanted knits. He wanted, of course, like a lot of Gorpy stuff. So like I just, listened to him and I got what he liked. And luckily I was able to pull from some very cool brands and he liked everything.
Why do you think? Because we always are making this point, and it's not just because we want him to come on the podcast one day. It seems like he's always criminally overlooked when people talk about stylish rappers. Why is that?
I mean, he's overlooked when people talk about rappers.
That's fair.
In general, like he's a very talented lyricist, but like I think it's because where he resides. He's in the indie scape, even though he has like a massive loyal following. He just he's chill. He's under the radar still, regardless of his connections to other people in the industry, music and fashion. He's still just like a very low-key person. And I think it's his own doing, for better or worse.
But he wants it that way.
Under it, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
well, now he's like what? He's a face of New Balance. He was doing stuff with Jacques Mou.
Yeah.
Jacques Mou. Yeah, so I feel like I hate using the term like next up or whatever, but like he definitely feels like he's making waves for sure.
I mean, for sure. Like if I saw him in some high fashion campaign, ultimately, like it wouldn't surprise me. Or if he decided to do a collab with Jacques Mou or even have his own brand, it wouldn't surprise me. I think the eye is there. I don't know how much he knows.
The taste level is there.
The taste level is there.
Yeah.
It's there. I just I don't know how much he knows like on the production end of things.
Sure.
Like you can learn all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and he just has just throw money at it.
Yeah.
That's the solution.
Like any problem. Yeah.
He would definitely have a team.
All right. Well, if you could swap closets with any rapper besides Amine, who would you choose?
I gotta say Pharrell. Are we counting Pharrell as a rapper? He's a rapper.
Absolutely, dude.
I mean,
he's the one.
Producer first, but Pharrell, without a doubt. Like for me,
did you bid on anything in his Jupiter auction?
No, man, I ain't got funds like that. I saw y'all were there though.
Yeah,
also up. Not bidding on anything.
What y'all pick up?
I bid $0 on the free champagne.
No, right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's it.
Oh, we love some free
no
champagne.
gold PSPs for the boys, unfortunately.
Well, like
You
Pharrell.
You didn't bid on the bejeweled Nokia phone?
No, we watched Steven Victor bid on some shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be real fucking nice.
My bank account ain't swimming that deep.
Yeah, I don't have
I gotta
matching
be
Ferraris
honest.
to push.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Pharrell era? Stylistically speaking.
I mean, I gotta say, like honestly, he rarely misses, with the exception of what was that big hat? What was that?
Oh, the
Arby's
Vivian
hat?
Westwood
With the
hat.
Vivian
But that
Westwood
also
hat.
became like a
That
fucking
was a
crazy
thing.
trend.
It was a meme. Even when he's
Yeah.
wrong, he's right.
Right.
So like,
You know who got
that's
that meme
proof
off?
of that.
Jesus on
Yeah.
the Complex Style Instagram
for Arby's. For Arby's.
For Arby's.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, like, especially for people my age, he and can we say his name?
Oh yeah, right. Of course. Yeah, a certain guy that went on Alex Jones and was like, Hitler is actually cool.
Yeah, that
Hitler had
guy.
swag.
Well, they were neck and neck for coolness, and I always found myself. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I wasn't a fan of Ye. His music, blew
No,
my
right,
mind.
of
He
course,
was a
dude.
huge fan. I've never liked his fashion sense ever.
Really?
Damn.
Ever.
Did you ever appreciate what it was doing?
I liked, so like my freshman year of college, showing my age here once again, was
By the way, you're amongst like
We're 35 and 36.
Well, yeah. We would have been in high school.
this is safe
Yes.
space.
So
This is
no,
safe space.
my
For old
no.
heads.
My
Tell 'em, Unc.
freshman year of college was 03 into 04,
Yeah.
and that was the same school year that College Dropout came out.
Mm.
So for me, I witnessed firsthand, and I went to an HBCU, North Carolina A&T in Greensboro, and Kanye actually played on our college campus in the
wow.
gym for $10
What?
that same school year. Him, Floetry, and John Legend.
Sick.
Wow.
Remember that? But I remember firsthand that school year, everyone going from tall tees and throwback jerseys to over Christmas break coming back wearing polos.
The polos, yeah.
That was all Kanye.
And did you fuck with that, or you were
I
not?
fucked with it because, like, I come from a somewhat religious Southern upbringing, and my mom was, she didn't want her kids
Yeah.
looking of a certain way. And for me, like, that was just her being a careful mother. It was no mind to me, like, how
You're like, I can
dressed
wear
back
my
then.
Sunday best to class
But,
now. Like, I already got it.
Like,
Oh, get the church clothes.
Senior year of true.
Every day's
No,
Easter.
But like now I can. I'm like, I wish I had my mom, with me all times telling me to wear loafers. But like I was
The
wearing
hiking boots again, son.
Oh, she would be so upset. No, I was wearing like Gap polos.
Okay.
When other kids were wearing tall tees, and these were my friends, but my mom
Did
definitely
they clown you?
a little, and then Kanye got popular,
And then
they
you're-
didn't, and then they didn't. So I thank him for that. But as far as who I always wanted to dress like, it was Pharrell.
Yeah.
Like I wanted the Bape, I wanted all the skatewear brands. I didn't even skate,
Mhm.
but funny thing,
I
in
don't think Pharrell
college,
did.
people thought I did. Like they thought
Really?
I smoked.
They
Some
thought you were
people-
cool.
Some people used to call me Skateboarding Jordan
Wow.
Oh my lord.
on campus.
That's a
'cause they're
mouthful,
like,
dude.
That's that kid. He skates. I was like, I don't skate. Like I don't. I guess I just dress. I emulated the style of
Right.
at that time.
What were you like, the big Chad Muskas? Like,
No, I think it was just
Ice
like
creams?
like not wearing super baggy pants because
Mm.
like
oh,
at that time skating wasn't baggy,
Right.
or wasn't as baggy as hip hop.
Sure.
So my pants were like straight fit to relaxed.
so this is
in my
before like
size.
Wayne skinny jeans, fucking,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Bieber
yeah.
like kick flipping on stage.
This was before that. This was before that. Pre that. But yeah, like I
Here goes
always,
Jordan in his jeggings, dude.
there goes
God.
skateboarding Jordan.
Dude, I never understood how I got that name. I never.
That's the
owned a
worst
skateboard.
nickname I've ever
I
heard in
was
my
just
life.
like, oh my, can we cut that part? Now you can leave it.
Board and Jordan.
Looking back, was there a personal style phase you like look back on and cringe the hardest?
It's got to be like the late 2000s when everyone was wearing like buffalo plaid,
Oh, like
Urban Woodsman.
Urban Woodsman.
But you were in that shit.
I definitely
You have
did.
Red Wing boots?
I did not have Red Wing boots. I had a bunch of like Nike Blazers,
Okay.
which like are the least comfortable shoe of all time.
Which is weird that like came back around as for like Murray Hill dudes and chicks too, like last summer. But
yeah, no, that like the Murray Hill guys are literally dressing.
well, now
like,
they're in 550s, right?
like
and
black hipsters from 2008.
no, right, totally.
It's insane. They got Crooks and Castle sweatshirts.
dressing like the cool kids.
Yeah, right.
Do you have like a best made axe on your wall?
Yeah.
Like were you that hard into like the
No. I mean, honestly, man, like for me, like that was.
Did you keep a penknife on you?
No, man. Oh my god,
I wasn't like
a
this
big.
tastefully, dude.
I wasn't a big accessories guy, but that was the thick of my like sneaker head era, and so I just had like a bunch of like tacky, colorful shoes that I just wouldn't put my toe in these days.
Okay.
Like a bunch of like those like, contrast blazers. Funny thing was I forget what model they were, but it was a model of New Balance that was somewhat popular, and I had a bunch of those in crazy colors. And it was just like
kind of crazy colors,
just funky footwear.
And we would pair that with then flannels, I guess
like whatever, like borderline skinny jean and like buffalo plaid or flannel and like
you on your hipster shit for sure. Less urban with more hipster. It sounds like you
had the swag rag.
I had one swag rag.
Wait, we're talking about the
it's like they called them swag rag, but it's more of like an ethnic garment. I'm not sure what it's called.
The keffiyeh?
Yes. Thank you.
The can't tell me nothing Kanye in the desert joint.
No one on the corner has swagger like us.
Yes, right. Yes.
Rag. Yeah. That's what that was.
He was just doing it the Aki way. That's
truly.
I didn't even know what an Aki was at that time. That was those pre-New York days.
Yeah.
All right, well, back to styling. Is there a dream styling client that you'd love to work with?
Oh man.
Besides Amine running it back.
Well, but it's a bunch of people who like they definitely would need my help, but I would love to work with them. I mean, Tyler the Creator, I would like to work with.
Wait, you said he needs your help or he doesn't?
No,
he
doesn't need my help, but I would love to work with him.
That'd be bold claim, like coming out here just firing
James,
shots.
I've never seen your eyes. You just shot daggers at me. It's like that man has style. No. I really love his personal style. It's very eclectic, but like he just always looks really well put together, no matter what he's wearing.
Absolutely.
So I think he would be at the top of the list for sure.
Yeah, he's like the top of a lot of people's list.
He doesn't need my help, but if the chance to work with him, came upon me, I would definitely.
Well,
you wouldn't say no.
Tyler, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Banger line.
What's good?
All right, Jordan. So we kind of ran through your past history of like the ups and downs throughout, multiple, doing multiple things in the industry, the boom times and the bust times, the famine and the feast. You've been through it all. You have decades of experience underneath your belt. You recently tweeted that there is one quote unquote fashion TikToker with glasses whose only shtick is giving his very smug opinion. He writes nothing. He teaches nothing. He makes nothing. He only buys, and everything he buys is expensive and already highly stylized. Why and how are these kinds of people made authorities? And you told me that like this, it's not one person in particular. It's kind of this whole subgenre of menswear experts, quote unquote, on TikTok.
With glasses, a bunch of fucking four eyes.
Would you care to elaborate?
Yes. So, I'll preface this by saying this might be a generational thing. I've come into a point in my career, and honestly, I think well before now, where I just appreciate integrity, some critical thought, some care. And it's a lot of these like young men on TikTok giving a lot of their opinions and advice, and they lack all of those things I just mentioned.
It's completely surface level.
It's very surface, and you can tell. And I think that a lot of other people can't tell. So like they see someone
young impressionable people.
Yes, young impressionable people can't tell. So like they hold these individuals up, and then they're all of a sudden within a matter of like 50 to 100,000 followers, authorities.
Right. Which happens in 1 week on TikTok.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And it's just like, I wish that if you were going to achieve to have a platform that you like cared what you were talking about a lot more than what you actually do.
Do you think that the medium of TikTok is a bit of the issue? Because in order to be successful on there, meaning have a lot of followers, a lot of views, you need to constantly churn out content. And so like
take after take after take.
You have to drop take after take. You have to be like, oh, like here's 10 things, here's 5 things, like, and not necessarily give it the thinking and like weight that you might have been able to if it was a different medium, like a fucking column or like a long form newsletter or whatever the fuck, or podcast.
I agree with that to a point, just because I think that a lot of people who are creating content think that there's no other option, but there is if you just work harder. So for me, it's just about like how do you want to come off to the world, not even to other people, but to yourself? Because I know
how do you sleep at night?
Like I care about this so goddamn much. But I see other content creators who are more critical that create content on a consistent level. So it's like, why can't you do the same?
Yeah.
And, we were chatting about this yesterday, but a lot of them are women.
Is this this criticism? Is this a uniquely men-specific menswear phenomenon?
I hate to generalize by
gender,
but from what I've seen a little bit, like when I look at who I want to go to maybe learn something new, or someone who's talked about a recent show, or just general thoughts on the fashion world, the women are kicking the men's ass,
right,
in a lot of ways. And it's a few that I really like. It's this one chick. Her name is Alexandra Hildreth. She goes by Guy Fieri Superfan. That is our social guy Robert Kelly's girlfriend. Really?
She's fantastic.
I really love her. She's wonderful. And I was going to say the
hard
only
launch
guy that is actually
hard launch on the only podcast.
I was going to say I had no idea because I know of them through the TikTok, both of them, and Robbie's like the only guy.
Yo,
really
Robbie thought you were
talking about him.
Oh, absolutely not.
Which also, I was going to say,
Robbie's the only guy.
You wish Robbie.
No, I like Robbie. I really like Robbie.
Yeah.
I don't agree with everything he says, but he's the only guy putting like a lot of thought into what he's saying.
That's why people think that we're smart, is because we got Robbie
and the memes.
As the keyboard elf in the tree making the cookies.
Yo, and also too, I got it because like, I've come to the point I'm very advanced where like, look, if the meme is good, fuck it. I'll post it.
Sure.
The world needs to see it.
Yeah.
I've reposted a lot of y'all's memes, and
chances are
those might have been Robbie.
Chances are it might be a Robbie
group chat approval, right?
Well, yeah,
but
well,
ultimately,
look,
shout out Robbie.
No, Robbie was shook, and we're like, no, like look at what he. This is wow. This is getting in the weeds, but we're like, no. Look, he says everything he buys and wears like highly stylized. Like you're not doing that, dog.
He's like, you ain't buying shit, Robbie.
But it was like all we see is your Warby Parkers. But he's like, no, but if you go back further enough, it looks like, because he worked for like a menswear rental service.
Yeah.
He's like, it looked like I owned a lot of Bodie and ERL.
Yeah. No. Robbie, from me to you. We've never even met in person. I'm not talking about you. You are a smart young man.
But he very much like, this tweet was in our group chat, and like Chuck and Robbie were like, particularly like, shit, because they put a lot of value, I think, in like your thoughts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why it was being dissected.
No, honestly, no. And I hope you guys tell Robbie after this.
Robbie was about to get a contact prescription. He's like,
no, man, I feel so bad.
No,
he's about to log out.
And
shut your eyes.
I'm addressing one guy.
No, we know.
You know who? I honestly, I don't even know how to say it.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, so you're acknowledging that part of this is old man yells at cloud.
A little bit.
And part of it is also like, I've been doing it, like James said, for decades.
Yeah.
I really do care. And you're talking to two guys and a whole audience who's listening who really cares. It's like, there's a time to take a step back and maybe, look in the mirror and maybe think a little bit more critically.
Well, yeah, I think so. And for me, it's just this, if these kids were getting their fits off, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just show what you're wearing, talk about what you're wearing. That's one thing. But like, they're mean. They're mean to each other. They're mean to other people. They stitch other people's TikToks and try and drag them. And it's just like, what are you doing? Who are you? What do you know? That was what motivated the tweet, because I saw a stitch and I was just like, this is just mean. This is
cold-blooded
content.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the other kid that you're stitching is probably somebody with like higher aspirations than you. Like, like you know what you like, but that's it.
Right.
You don't know anything else. You just know what you like.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see Very Advanced on TikTok?
Are
you posting on there?
I have like a little like account where I'm just hoping to get it started one day, but I'm creeping right now.
Okay.
That's all I do.
We do see. There are some people, and we joke about this, that all they do is like take like lists that we made when we were Complex, which was its own problematic like form of media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like you had to just churn this shit out and like ranking and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and they're just like rehashing like lists from like our Complex days, or just like basically paraphrasing Wikipedia, who Ralph Simmons is.
So that's what men are doing.
Yeah,
the women are not doing that.
Right.
The women are not doing that. Like Mandy Lee isn't doing that. Alyssa Mosley isn't doing that. Like these are like women who either work in fashion or have aspirations to, and they know what the fuck they're talking about because they've loved fashion ever since they could fucking speak.
Right.
Like the guys aren't doing that. I think what a lot of it is like guys that might not even be interested in fashion and looking at how fashion is playing more of a part in the menswear world and just capitalizing on it.
Sure.
And it's just like oversaturating. It's making the playing field way too even. And it pisses me off.
I think we're kind of partly to blame because like part of the show is like the machismo that comes with and the bravado that comes with getting a fit off and like
flexing.
And not that we're proponents of flexing culture and we hate the purely transactional nature that like sneaker culture became and fucking all the Web3 extension of that, like which is talk about apocalypse. That's truly the fucking end of the world as we know it. So I kind of do empathize with the men on TikTok trying to figure this out and find their way, but
understand.
Hopefully do as we say, not as we do.
You got to take your lumps too, right?
Look, you guys are different. You
Thank
live
you.
in a cultural
We're
epicenter.
built different.
You're built different. You're built for
We're funnier. We're smarter.
and you know how to fucking dress. You know how to fucking dress.
We're also old, right? All of us here, we're joking
Well,
about our
like-
age. You got to live your life a little bit.
But that's the thing. You've lived in New York. Not to say you need to live in New York, but you've been in New York.
Well, you
You need to live at least and also just like
A little bit.
fail,
Some cultural epicenter.
take your lumps,
Yeah, if
fall
you can.
fall down, so you can get back up.
But like you guys have worked in various establishments
Yeah.
that are highly regarded in the fashion world, the menswear world. So it's just
And some
like,
not.
like you. Yeah, you have, man.
No, but some are not well regarded.
True.
They will remain nameless.
True. Hey, look, I've got a few.
The Throne Fits mentorship corner TM is doing great right here. It's just, hey guys, you suck, do better.
No, I just think that like folks might see guys like us and think that it's easy, and that's the problem.
Well, I think also,
You know, because is it easy? You work hard.
No, it's
Larry. You work
I know.
hard.
I know.
You work hard. You work very, very.
he works hard.
Somebody works.
Somebody
hard.
works hard.
At least two people at this table work hard.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken.
Nah,
What
you're not.
bothers me is when you see guys on these TikTok guys that are like the 5 best, like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 things that, and I'm not saying this sounds like they don't own them,
Here we
right?
go.
So it's just like
Oh,
5 things and they're just like, it's a green screen of like this and like this sweatshirt is fucking sick. And it's like, how do you know that? Like,
Mm.
you think it looks nice?
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know. You're just saying it's like this brand's sweatshirt is fucking sick. This brand's pants is fucking sick.
And all they have is a photo from online. It's like,
Right.
do you even own it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I mean, for me, it's just like now more than ever. And we came up like half our lives is internet heavy, the other half isn't. So like we were here at the beginning, at the very jump. So we
For real life. Yeah.
So we know at the beginning the internet was just a bunch of nerds and dangerous people. And now it's like everybody.
Now it's one and the same.
So it's one and the
The
same.
nerds have become the dangerous
You
people.
can't tell the
Exactly.
difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like just care a little more, learn a little more. Like I'm not saying you need to do what I do or what you guys do or what any of the other, social media heads I just named do. Just like do something else besides telling people what to wear and being mean.
Or what to buy.
Or what to buy.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing and don't get me wrong, I've done my fair share of like sponsored posts, but
Of
like
course.
I've never told people what to wear or what to buy ever.
Right.
I've never done that. That's not been my shtick.
Right.
Because who the fuck am I? Somebody could see my style and not give a shit. Or
Sure.
that is trash, which I'm sure some people do, but like I like what I like. And that's my own personal business. Who am I to think I'm an authority to tell however many thousands, potentially millions of people what to wear?
Right.
Have something else. Like, what are you going to do? Just tell people what to wear forever?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then not give any substance behind that.
Iago might not give a shit one day.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all social media. I'll say the social media is the aspect that like I'm more nonchalant about. And then just these people being in the fashion industry is what I care more about. Because don't be here if you don't care. Like this is how people make a living ultimately. And that's why I take it more seriously than other people,
I mean, it's if it's someone's livelihood, like they're gonna care a little bit more
and
for sure.
And like you're taking up space. Somebody who actually should
taking up air.
Can there be some romance behind this stuff? This is why we rail against recommendation culture as guys who make recommendations all day, every day. There's like the idea of descriptive versus prescriptive, where it's like you can explain something and why you like it, which is great. You shouldn't be like telling people how to dress, what to buy. That's when it becomes like, it doesn't, again, there's no romance behind that.
No. And like the thing is like, look, like if you worked at GQ or Details when that was a thing, and now that's what you do, I think that's fine. Like, you have spent years and years studying fashion, writing about it. You're a journalist. You know what you're talking about. You know where and how these brands make their clothes. You know what the designer's inspiration is before, they even do, probably, because you've been doing it for so long. So like, yeah, but like these kids coming out of college saying like, I like this weird brand out of Berlin. Have you even been to Berlin?
Touche.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, just like,
You got to go to the basement of Bergheim, baby.
Yeah, you got to live your life.
Get your
man.
dick wet.
Yeah, you got to get rejected at the
smell
door.
Something.
Yeah. Smell some grass.
Smell some.
Go smell ass.
Smell some ass,
Smell
dude.
some
Smell ass, dude.
Touch grass, smell ass.
Oh, that's the
It's a bar right
saying
there.
for
Yeah, if you take
right
anything
there.
away from this pod, it's touch grass, smell ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going into the new year thinking that.
Yeah.
Oh, we smell an asshole.
Yeah.
Again, listen to some big brain podcasters. Clearly,
23andMe, smell an ass. Well, okay. What about Instagram mood board culture? And I know that. Well, first of all, very advanced.
Yeah.
Do you consider it a mood board?
I mean, in a way, I definitely didn't start it thinking that, but like, I get how people could see it as such, and I'm not offended by it.
What differentiates it, if at all? How is very advanced differentiated from all the others out there?
I mean, I will say this to pat myself on the back. I was one of the first accounts to give a lot of like contextual and historical information. Like, I didn't just post photos.
Not just hashtag Pharrell.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I gave you some backstory via my own personal
this is what we did at
or
Grails when you were
research.
like contributing stuff too. Right?
Yeah, you know, and I know you got like work with Sam Mutaro
Yeah,
too, and he
context
does
is king. We always
Context is
say, yeah,
king.
yeah. Mhm.
And I've always I've never met the guy, but I've always appreciated him because like
shout out Sam.
He's a like mind.
Mhm. Another older gentleman who's lived it, right?
Yeah, but that's the look. The best contents come from old dudes
Yeah.
knocking on 40's door and women.
Yeah.
That's where the best internet.
Step into the
content's
barber
coming
shop. Let's
Men-
school you
Well, the
real
younger
quick.
men are
from. Men
just
who
too-
have
the younger
lived
men are-
in women.
The younger men are just too horny.
Yeah, man, horny for
They're trying to smell ass.
Yeah.
Horny for Johns, dude.
just horny for Johns, man, or like they see a sweater and
No, they're trying to
torqued
sniff.
up.
they're just like, damn, that's got a lot of holes in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, that's crazy.
A lot of more orifices, please.
Well, very advanced and Samutaro, like if they kind of occupy this like more educational facet of Instagram, like what about IG mood board culture? Do you think as a whole, is that a net positive?
I mean, I think it's just where a lot of people, when Tumblr got whack, sorry, can't talk. When Tumblr got lame, a lot of people shifted to Instagram because they thought it gave the same thing.
Or Reddit if they wanted the porn.
Yeah, Reddit porn. Wow,
Right?
That was until recently.
Oh, it's
Jesus
it's a thing.
I gave Lawrence a little peek into my process
Damn. I was
at
like,
a pub
what?
in London.
R/porn gifts.
But it's a subreddit for everything. It's one called Torpedo Titties.
What is a what?
Oh, for just
Which is-
titties that are like the old style titties.
Yeah, I just thought,
Vintage.
absolutely speechless. If
Old school titties.
if you get a hard on for something, there is a subreddit.
Oh,
for it.
100%, bro.
I was in shock.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Check out our throwing fits. Yeah.
But okay, so so is it so Tumblr got whack? Everyone migrated over to IG mood boards.
Yeah, I think that like it's where a lot of like Tumblr folks found a home and they felt like they could do the same thing. I think that like it depends. If you're just posting photos that have been like regurgitated on the internet for years and years and years, like pack it up.
Sure.
Stop.
It's like, yo, check out these Oakley over the tops.
Yeah, like
the world doesn't need that.
And I'm not gonna lie, like if I see Robin Williams, rest his soul, in that fucking Issei jacket,
Yeah,
one
sure.
more time,
The cargo jacket, yeah.
which may have been my fault. May or may not have been my fault. I'm gonna fucking scream.
Right.
Is that the most
That's gotta
circulated mood board photo in your?
That's got to be on the Mount Rushmore.
That I initially posted. Yes. So the story behind that was I found that photo
Flubber premiere, correct?
late 2017.
New York? Yeah.
Yes. Flubber premiere 1996. I found that photo late. I was like, that jacket looks familiar. I held on to the jacket till I could ID it. So like, that's the thing about Very Advanced. I have ideas for posts, but if I can't confirm anything, I won't post it yet.
Totally.
So I had the photo for
No fake Johns.
probably 6 months before I came across the Issei runway show. I think it was summer 96. And I saw the jacket on the runway and I was like, holy shit, Robin Williams. And like, we all knew like he loved streetwear. Like,
Right.
That's old news. But I'd never seen him in Issei. And so I posted that. And that was probably one of the first things I posted after being like, I think for a couple of years at that point, running the account already. That like really, really blew up.
Sure.
Like, people took it and reposted it, and then it
All
made its way
timer.
to Tumblr, and that photo actually like
Changed your life.
in a weird way, but like it's also like what's that thing called, like where like you maybe start something and then like you get really sick of it. It's like a word for it. I can't remember. But, like,
Throwing fits.
Podcasting.
damn.
Yeah.
Self-own, much.
No.
Self-own,
Fucking
much.
love this shit.
Yeah.
Damn, Jimmy. You
No, is
got
it like
to.
start and stop? I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
No,
Some German shit.
It's a
Start and stopping.
German word for everything.
Yeah.
But you know that photo got me a lot of attention, or unearthing it. I didn't take the photo. I
Right.
didn't dress Robin Williams. I don't own the rights, but unearthing
I've never even
it,
seen Flubber.
yeah, I've never even seen Flubber.
It's gas.
But unearthing it and posting it opened some doors for me in a way that like people are like, oh, like this guy really loves the because at the time it was like an obscure photo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
And
And an obscure designer,
Yeah, and
it wasn't like how it is now.
Robin Williams of all actors, but like that opened some doors. People took notice. I got like honestly some writing gigs from that.
Sick.
I
Fire.
got like I think like that like steamrolled into some other stuff, and then like it was like a High Snob interview like 4 years ago
Damn.
that kind of steamrolled from.
Off the strength of the zoo.
So that photo did me some good, but you know I had to leave it in 2018, and I
Mhm.
wish other people did, because they're still posting it as if it's something new. And you know, not to be on a high horse, but it's just like, yeah, if you're gonna mood board, find some shit.
Find
no
your own
one's ever
version of
seen.
that. Yeah. If you can.
Go and
Yeah.
you know, buy old magazines and scan it yourself. You know what
Totally.
I mean? Like that's where the real new gems are. They're sitting in some weird magazine in someone's attic or library or whatever.
Mhm.
As a goat mood boarder, what do you think of Lawrence's personal mood board? How
Oh,
to talk
man.
to girls at parties too?
It's more of a products thing.
Well, you know, I think, you know, I've seen, you know, well, Lawrence, you're a charming man.
Thank you so much.
And it
Where's
comes
this
out,
going?
it comes out in the Instagram.
Thank
I have to say,
you.
the wit
Yeah.
is on 100.
Fuck
Wait,
you,
he doesn't-
James.
The captions are just the
No,
product.
well,
names.
there's context. Whatever.
Well,
Let it be nice,
there's
bro.
some context.
Let it be nice. And there's
Okay.
more
A little
movies
bit.
than anything.
A
Well,
little
now-
bit,
now I'm like,
but
oh,
also,
I'm like, oh, these are the 5 movies Lawrence watched today. It's
Well,
like-
like-
Also, I'm just trying to get that account up to a certain point. I'm just going to sell it to somebody.
well, you know, I don't know if you noticed this, James, but Lawrence is an influencer.
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Well,
And,
excuse me, Jordan. I'd like to say, and we've said this before, we are not influencers. We are influential.
Ooh,
There's a difference.
Semantics.
Yeah.
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 I love it. I love it. I,
No,
honestly,
what it is
can I
it's
steal it?
it's a peek into the flow politics, which is
Yeah.
like if you get to post on how to talk to girls at parties too,
Yeah.
you know that there's a DM following up on it where it's like, yo, this is fire.
It's me
How
putting up
sizing?
the flare instead of just straight up begging to somebody's face,
Right,
or
right,
in their
right.
DMs. But yeah.
Right.
Thank you, James, for
It's
ad
the-
libbing this
It's
question.
the SOS.
You fucking
Send one,
dick.
sir.
Send one,
Oh, shit.
sir.
You're
Damn.
kind of on the spot right now. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it sucks, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. All right,
welcome to my
all right.
life.
I enjoy the account.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate
I
it.
need.
I enjoy very advanced,
Thank you. Thank you.
Which
I
is-
gotta-
which is
gotta
why I
post
threw this.
more.
I fucking paid the Zood border, bro.
Yeah.
This man had a column
What? Oh, a
grilled
grill.
that he was compensated for.
Oh man.
very
And
fairly.
after you left, they did us dirty.
I had the Avengers of Zood Borders, by
Oh.
the way. I collected the Infinity Stones, rather. I had Sam Mutaro. I have fucking Jordan. I
How
had a
did
bunch
Grill
of
do you
other guys.
dirty?
Yeah, they just killed it. I don't give a fuck, dude.
It's not like anything terrible. So like when you left, I think there was some budget shift.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Like,
hey.
stop blowing everything on Zood.
But it wasn't, you know.
No, I got the IG from nothing to like 700,000
All right,
followers.
But like, and
This
if
is
I'll
Jordan's
say,
episode.
but like if I'll say, you know, like it was great it was definitely mutually beneficial.
Mhm.
Like I definitely got like a good amount of followers
Yeah.
from it. We got a little bit of pocket change
Mhm.
from it.
Little John's
And
money.
a little-
Rising
a little
engagement
money.
lifts all fits.
Yeah.
Money, you know, money for my Rocher run.
Yeah.
Have it.
Some
but,
walk around money.
but like after you left, I think some budgetary things
Yeah.
changed.
Mm.
And
You know how it goes.
they convinced us to stay on for a couple of months pro bono with the
Mm.
promise that
Pro-
we would get paid again.
Really?
No.
And then a couple months came around and I forgot whoever I was dealing with. They were like, "Oh, we actually can't pay you," but I'm like,
Oh,
"You got like
what?
2 months of free content out of us."
It'll be great
So
exposure.
It
Damn.
sucked, and by that time, you know, like I said, it was mutually beneficial. I would post, I would get a few followers from
Mhm.
the post, so it was like, all right, I got that out of it. But like, you know, Work
Damn,
is work.
I didn't know
man.
that.
Work
That's
is
a
work.
shame.
Yeah,
Know
man.
your
Again,
worth.
this is
Sucks.
Jordan
Like,
saying
I
this,
can
not
forward-
Lawrence.
I can forward you the emails, Lawrence, if you want
Lawrence's
somebody to
NDA.
bark at.
Lawrence's NDA is still in full effect.
Yeah.
What are your favorite mood boards out there besides your own and besides how to talk to girls at parties too?
I mean, I you know, if you call me a mood board, him too, but you know, Sam
Yeah,
mood board.
shout Sam.
I've always enjoyed it. I like the one Unknown Spaces.
Yeah,
too.
that's a great one.
That's just because like they post some, not like the guy posted or whoever runs it posted like a puppy sleeping on a you know tree stump, and I was like, we need this.
Yeah.
Like we need that. Like it doesn't always have to be like the coolest.
This is
hippest
how I need to
sweater.
start my day versus
Yeah.
Robin Williams on the red
A
carpet.
lot of mood boards are
Exactly.
doing now, like kind of like phenomena of nature, or like,
yeah.
yo, check out this
Well,
this literal goat like climbing up a mountain or whatever.
if you want to know what that is, this is my theory about that. I think that like, you know, people that have like followed fashion for years are like, at least on the surface level, are now finding things that like inspire designers, creative directors, and
the
stylists.
one part, like one
So
level
yeah, they're
deeper. or
they're
whatever.
going one level deeper with it. They're not just posting what's made; they're posting the inspiration for things.
Sure.
So, like I think that's what it is. Can't say for certain,
Mhm.
but that's what my brain tells me.
What
Yeah.
what are some overrated mood boards?
Honestly, I don't follow a lot.
Really?
Right.
I only follow the ones I like. Like that's my thing. Like,
You're
why
not
would I be-
you're not hate following.
I'm not hate following anyone. I'm just like, for me, it's like, I use this ideology in real life, but like, why would I be friends with someone I don't like? So why
Right.
would I follow an account I
Totally.
don't like?
So you're not like playing politics and like the Zood board? Like,
no, I mean, there's
Congress?
no like mood board
summit.
UN,
the House of
or
Grid
anything.
Representatives.
No, United Mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's none of that. No, but like, you know,
NATO.
I follow the people I like, right? Good, stealing it.
Take
No,
it. It's
no,
yours.
but yeah, like I mean, for me, like you know, I am a somewhat of a diplomatic person. I
Yeah.
will admit that, but like I'm not like seeing anything that's just like, oh, this is gross.
Because then also like you don't want to be too affected and like swerve out of the
Yeah.
lane that very advanced
Yeah.
currently occupies, right?
Yeah. So even with very advanced, like I don't follow, and this is just how my brain works. For other people, it could be very different. For me, I can't see people that are doing the same thing I'm doing. For, you know, I might be too affected by it. I might like
Mhm.
subconsciously influence me. I like to
Yeah.
like be, you know, rogue minded
Sure.
when it comes to these things. You know, it's how
Yeah.
I get my best posts,
No, I get that.
Well, okay.
or like
so
a repost from you guys.
So we ran through everything you got going on. How did the Saucony sneaker collaboration come about?
Oh man.
Because this is a real feather in your cap.
Yeah.
So no, like, and I'm very excited to work with these guys. You know, like I think as far as the sneaker world is concerned, the playing field is becoming more even. Like Nike is still heads and shoulders above everyone else for like, you know, if we want to get real about numbers, but other brands are closer than they ever been since like the early 90s.
Mhm.
And so
And not
to
just
kind of-
numbers, but also in just kind of like anecdotal relevance. Right?
Yes, in general, like, you know, 10 years ago, unless it was like, you know, a Ronnie Fieg collab, nobody was wearing Aces.
Totally.
You know, the only people that were wearing like New Balances in a cool way were like kids from DC
Yeah.
Or Japanese
or
guys.
Japanese or South
Danish,
Korean
Danish
guys.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So like now, you know, in 2022 going into 2023, you can wear any sneaker you want as long as it looks good.
Absolutely.
So to hitch my wagon to Saucony, who are working with like a bunch of other cool, you know, small brands and designers, is like amazing. But that came about. So rewind to February 2020, before all of our lives changed.
Yeah,
Totally.
Good month.
Yeah, we had
No.
just launched on Patreon. We're about to quit our jobs.
yeah.
Fuck healthcare.
Yeah, I mean,
Who needs
but-
I'm gonna
healthcare?
live forever.
forever and ever and ever. Then, you know, global pandemic
Right.
hits. But prior to that, I had started my brand Color Plus company, like at the launch event at Kinfolk, one
Mhm.
of the last big events, definitely a super spreader. Didn't know that. And you know,
The real super spreader was when we went to Kinfolk after it closed down and just tried to drink all the alcohol that they
Yeah.
left.
oh, I don't
that was
know what
left
you're
over.
talking
Yeah.
about. What are you talking
Yeah, what's the
about,
statute of
James?
I think that was
on
actually
that.
technically illegal at that point because like gatherings over 10 were not allowed.
No, yeah, I know. How many of it was this?
More than 10.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that was. I mean, we had to send off that place.
That was
in the
fucking
right
fun.
way.
Okay,
We
so
had to do
sorry.
it.
So I forgot to mention that. Yeah, like the brand Color Plus Company, which
Come
is
out.
fire,
Thank
modeled by our boy Jinx in,
Yeah.
in the very launch,
Corey
very
Stokes,
opening.
Bandulu, all the
Oh, yeah.
homies. But
How come you don't want us to model? Is it a melatonin thing?
You guys are maybe out of my budget range.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
No,
So
it's not.
Saucony saw the Color Plus company juice.
Yeah, they saw the juice, and it's honestly my boy
Fruit
Fab.
juice.
Shout out to Fab. The brand wasn't even
No-so.
6 months old at the time. And I got a DM from him saying like, "Hey, would you be interested in working with Saucony through your brand?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, why not?" So the ball got rolling. I think at the end of that year, a contract was signed. Top of 2021, we started working on stuff. Got linked with my boy Jason over at Saucony, and he and I have been working together closely for the last 2 years. You know, the shoes were technically already supposed to come out, but you know, COVID
Right.
put on massive
Tough time for
delays.
footwear.
Yeah, tough
Yeah.
time and international shipping in general.
Yeah.
But you know, that's really how it came about. That simple is a DM slide.
Damn.
Is Saucony trying to make moves into like the cool guy world with like collaborations with like-minded brands, such what similar to Color Plus?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think there's definitely intention there. And I'm happy to be along for the ride. I think that, you know, it's definitely a storied brand that, you know, has a lot of good history, a lot of good shoe models.
The Jazz is iconic, right?
The Jazz
Yeah.
is iconic. It's one of the most iconic runners. And I think that like they're looking to claim space in the hype menswear world right now, and women's wear too. But I think that like they've got a lot of gas in the tank. You know, they're working with Tom Bogo as well, who's you know, great designer out of the Bay Area. And they showed with him at Paris Fashion Week this summer, and people are receiving things really, really well from them. I mean, the internal team is great. They got the cool guys, but they also have like the guys that know exactly what they're doing. That's always a match made in heaven.
There's adults in the room.
Yeah, there are adults in the room.
Yes, the right and left side of the brain.
Yes. You need both.
Yeah.
So like I'm just very happy to be working with them, and you know they really gave me a lot of space and autonomy to do things. I only had so much leeway because my brand's so small. I couldn't like put things together and make a $200 shoe.
Right.
Like you know, I didn't have that much bandwidth.
What are
but,
the
like,
details? Like, when's it dropping? What's price point? What can you tell us?
So the Jazz, which is like a very, you know, simple, palatable runner that I was able to create with them. That comes out in February, and then we have the Grid Shadow 2, which is where I kind of was able to go a little more outside.
Yeah,
of
those
the
look
box.
fucking crazy, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get a little more conceptual with those. Those come out in June. I think they just needed to know that I could like make a wearable shoe or design a wearable shoe, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, you can. Here's a little more space to create.
Have another one.
So you know, hopefully the partnership continues. They have like a lot of great models from like the 90s, early 2000s. I would love to like reissue if you know the opopportunity
and even like
arises.
new technical shit like that's actually made for like running, right?
So
like,
the funny thing is, and I didn't know this because I don't run.
Yeah.
I haven't run since high school, I don't think. But
look at this
you
whole
know,
table. We don't run from shit.
You're hardcore like runner enthusiasts or whatever, marathoners, consistently say Saucony is amongst the best running shoes.
100%.
Technically, from a support aspect, and you never hear like Nike or Adidas in the conversation. It's Saucony, it's Brooks, and like a couple of other
Mizuno or whatever the fuck.
Maybe Hoka.
Yeah.
You never ever hear who you think you would hear in that conversation. But like I've had a bunch of friends that run marathons, and I know that because they won't shut up about it. And they wear Saucony.
The marathon people don't, by the way. They never do shut up.
They don't.
I want to touch on something real quick that you said. You talked about how they gave you, and shout out to them for giving you the autonomy despite having that smaller brand. When it comes to you collaborating, do people want the very advanced like brand versus the Color Plus, and how do you differentiate?
So yeah, and
What's
that's
the thinking
funny.
there?
So I it's a great question. It's funny, like how I look at very advanced as a content hub.
Got it.
And if
That's media.
if someone wants to make something with me from that's great. No one's ever approached me. I didn't get approached about any of this till I had Color Plus.
Interesting.
Which is, you know, a lot smaller.
But a real brand.
And reach, but like a real brand. And I started it for like shits and giggles. It wasn't like, oh, like I want to take this to the moon and do collabs and make a living off of it. But, you know, I had very advanced for years at that point, and all of my content, most of it was fashion based, and no one ever reached out for a collab.
Okay.
So like Color Plus, and you know, I've had people ask me, why don't you do this with very advanced? You have a much larger reach. And I'm like, no one ever hit me up. They didn't hit me up till I had Color Plus.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, you motherfuckers blew it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So we're approaching the release date of the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
how do you, in 2022, 2023, how do you tastefully market a sneaker in like a world where it is like so much is happening, and also when like the tasteful quote unquote rollout has been perfected by Jound and ALD and like copied ad nauseum? Like, how do you kind of plan this out and again like stand out in a way without like being the loudest guy in the room?
No, I think that, you just have to let the work speak for itself. I think that like, I come from, a career path where I was able to fortunately create a lot and work with a lot of creative individuals. So like, there's always like a deep well of ideas.
The pedigree is there.
Yeah. So like for me, like with this first shoe, I wanted to make it simple. I didn't knock it out of the park in a sense that I did something drastically different from what everyone else is doing. That'll come with, the Grid Shadow 2 rollout. I just wanted to establish myself as someone in the design world more concretely. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I played it a little safe. I did like a very typical lookbook.
Got to start somewhere, though.
You got to start somewhere.
Is there a guy standing on a Persian rug wearing a Yankees fitted? Is that
no.
Sitting on a chair?
Not quite. It's a Moroccan rug.
Okay. And he's sitting on a stool, not a chair.
And he's sitting on a stool. But speaking of content creators, I actually worked with this guy, Drew Joyner, who is out of Denver, and he's got a pretty big following on TikTok. One of the nicer guys. And he came out to New York, and he and my good friend Sonia modeled in my lookbook for me, which hopefully will hit some press outlets soon.
Sick.
Yeah, like I kept it easy. I kept it simple. A lot of it was my own nerves because it's like, are my ideas too out there? Like, but also budgetary constraints. I can only do so much being like a smaller designer.
Yeah. Well, hey, if drop 1 goes swimmingly, drop 2, you're going to see the budgets go nuclear.
Might see it go wee wee.
Yeah, blow up. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, you might be sniffing ass.
I mean, look,
or smelling ass and touching grass, baby.
One of the two.
That's all I want to do in 2023. All I want to do and stack bread.
Yeah.
Is having a sneaker collaboration your singular career highlight?
Yeah, I have to say, just because I've worked on stuff for other people and, like not even arguably, just generally bigger with a bigger reach.
But it's never been your brand. It's always
never
been
been mine. So this being mine.
You've been a utility player or whatever. Yeah.
As a guy.
The coach.
Exactly. Like this is my ship I'm steering, and I'm extremely proud of it. And, as a guy who I never consider myself a sneakerhead, but I've had a lifelong love affair with, footwear.
Some good,
both
some
good
bad.
and bad. Yeah.
Some good, some bad. This is
some
what
had the
a
ice
lot
cream
of us
paint
dream
job.
of. Right. Oh man. Speaking of ice cream, Steve, I never got them.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Never got. I would love a pair though, to be honest.
Well, if anyone's listening,
But no, man. Yeah, this is like definitely the crown on my head at the moment.
What's next for Color Plus then?
Have you thought about like mile marker, whatever, 1,000?
No.
I
never think ahead, to be honest. I don't set goals really. I just kind of roll with the punches, and I work hard and things happen.
Goals?
What's a goal?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I feel the same way. It's a laissez-faire attitude can sometimes be freeing and nice,
exactly.
Right?
Like my expectations aren't high and my heart's never broken. So it's like, all right, like
who hurt you?
Yeah, it's just
again, we're down good.
Maybe it's a trauma response. I don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to no therapist to find out. But
men would rather design sneaker collabs than go to therapy.
Wait, what's that like meme thing? Men would rather blah 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 blah. That's
whatever.
Okay, I can't even see. I'm old. I'm older than
long
you.
COVID, folks.
No, but I actually have a collaboration with Caterpillar coming.
That's
out
right.
Let's talk about that.
That's actually dropping in the next week and a half.
We've seen some images, but like, what can you tell us?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just my take on workwear, essentially.
Because you teased like a carpenter pant, right?
Yeah, carpenter pant, like a work coat,
like a lined hoodie.
Yeah. Which we ended up not doing just because it would have been too warm for the release. But like
for February. All right.
James, James,
say less.
James, that's what I said. I was like, this is still coming out in the winter. No, people.
Do you guys know what, folks? You know what the word brick means?
Yeah, right.
Yes. I mean, there are people that live in the Northeast where it is cold through May.
Yeah, totally.
But no, yeah. So Caterpillar's dropping in the next week and a half. Actually, going to go down to Philly to do the launch event for that next Thursday.
Does this collaboration count as blue collar stolen valor?
Yeah. What are your workwear bona fides?
I mean, look, you know,
Can you wield a hammer?
I'm a college educated boy, but I do come from blue collar roots.
Okay.
I'm a blue blood in that sense. If
Okay.
you wanna
A different
change
type
the
of blue
meaning,
blood.
a different type of blue blood.
So unlike Lawrence, if you're wearing carpenter jeans and you stand up to go, what do you have to do? Like,
All right, I was fixing a shelf in my bathroom. I happened to be wearing double knees, not because I was fixing a shelf,
All
but
right.
because I love blue collar stolen valor. And I asked my wife to hand me a hammer. No, I had the hammer, and I went to give it to my wife, and she goes, "You're wearing Carhartts," and she put it in the hammer loop. She didn't realize that I was unbuttoned, chilling, and my pants fell down like the Three Stooges, dude.
What in the America's Funniest Home
Yeah,
Video
and she wasn't recording it, unfortunately, but that would have been the
Jesus.
funniest thing of all
that
time.
would have looked.
Yeah.
If y'all
Clinton Hill
recorded that
vaudeville.
and put that on TikTok,
Yeah.
that would have taken y'all. Y'all would have been
God.
like on
super viral.
Literally
The Tonight
Larry
Show.
and Larry Moe and Curly, dude. Yeah,
dude.
would have been.
I mean, slapstick fashion.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly,
that
dude.
is.
Yeah.
No,
Putting the slapper in slapstick.
well, dude, honestly, like,
Wait, so we got pants. What else we got?
we got
This car.
pants, we got a bunch of pants, we got some
Jackets.
shorts even.
Okay.
We got some jackets, we got some t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got some hats.
Cat's also
beanies.
like doing that thing where they're trying to collaborate, or they are collaborating with like
Yeah.
like kind of emerging, burgeoning cool guy brands.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the moment, I don't know who else they're
Nigel
working
Caborn,
with.
bro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We were
Shit.
out. We saw Big Nige out.
Not
in,
and he's a legend. He's not
yeah,
a
yeah,
legend.
right. But like the idea of like getting, whether it's like emerging people like you or like an established head. I mean, the number one guy in like the workwear space, arguably of like all contemporary menswear. They are like tapping him as well. So
Well, yeah, I mean, Heron worked with him
sure.
recently in the last couple of years. I don't know how recent it was, but I think Martine Rose did something. I
Oh,
feel
damn.
like that was in the last decade though, so that was maybe.
But you're in
longer
good
ago.
company either way.
But it's in good company.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in good company, and I feel really good and confident about like what I was able to make with these guys, and you know, hope to do it again. And yeah, it's fun, just good workwear stuff.
Well, white
yeah.
people love wearing cat and love wearing blue collar stolen valor. Can white people wear collar plus or not?
For sure.
Yeah.
I've had, you know, my white homie model for me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Lawrence, you're good.
I think that's the majority of like
Of the customer base?
What customer I do have is you know hip
I'm not white.
guy.
I'm light skinned.
Do you know how to do the eyes,
No.
the lip bite and the skull?
Oh, yeah. And then the
No.
hand rub.
Yeah. Oh,
Nah.
Lawrence, can I see a picture of your grandmother? Is she an African American woman?
No, she's not.
Was she cavorting on the other side of town?
No,
Is she-
Mitzi Schlossman was not black. But thanks for asking.
All right. Just
Yeah.
had to make sure. That lip bite was too clean.
Yeah.
Too
I
clean.
don't think he was taking a shit.
Well, that's how you know it's good, dude.
You got to look like you're in pain.
Yeah,
Pleasure,
dude.
pain.
Yeah.
Very
The
thin
pain
line.
of being light skinned.
That's the black experience in America.
It's
truly.
you said it.
Pleasure and pain,
Yeah.
baby.
So are we veering off into that direction?
Let's talk about it, Jordan.
But probably not.
No, it's
This
all
ain't
good.
Alex Jones,
It's
baby.
all good, baby. It's all good.
We do want to tap into that beautiful brain of yours and
All right.
kind of get like the macro cerebralness that
50,000
you bring
foot
to the
view.
table.
Wolf.
We talked about blue collar stolen valor. What trends are you seeing out there that you would really want to see just leave in 2022?
Oh man,
You could be judge,
those-
jury, and executioner.
Those Amiri jeans with the ribs on the knees or whatever, the rib cage jeans
Yeah.
is what I call them, or motorcycle. Those got to go. They're like
They got
they're-
staying power.
Even
I
for the
don't know
scammers and the
how,
fucking drill
man.
boys.
We got to get the scammers better fits.
We
bro.
really do.
I'm over it.
Scam core.
Yeah.
That's one
It's a
thing.
good platform to run on.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, you know, the fashion cycle is so quick now. Trends aren't even a thing, but those things are just like the roaches of.
Well,
They
Amiri-
really have crazy stage.
They
Shout out
just,
Mike
they just
Amiri,
won't
dude.
go away.
But didn't Amiri put out on his runway show? He had like wide leg jeans. Or,
I
like,
don't know,
boot
but
cut
those aren't
jeans,
what
like-
those aren't being stocked at Patron of the Nude.
No.
right.
The doughboys and the scammers and they love.
The shooters.
Yeah, they love them. A snug fit,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, yo, if you got like a lot of cash on you.
Yeah.
and other
Yeah, or the
things,
stick, dude.
other
The
types of
stick.
bricks. Yeah,
Other thing, like when you want a little more space, when you want a
Well, keep
cargo
some
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Clo-
mean, I don't have any like hard opinions on anything else in the world in my life except that right now.
Mm.
Uh,
Really? You don't think like sambas are being run into the ground?
I think think some things like, it's within trend cycles, you have like things that are classic that just have like higher moments in time than other times.
What about
Sambas are that's a classic shoe.
Thank you.
It's going to go away a little, but it'll always stay.
Right. It'll always be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Just like it was like
Okay, maybe not always in the conversation, but
Sambas had a moment in the early 2000s, big
and
moment.
they absolutely disappeared, and then Bella Hadid wore them.
And then Bella Hadid wore them. Like,
what are you supposed to
best
do?
Nepo baby model.
And now Sock from Bushwick is fucking feeding on the Jowns.
She's rocking some fucking cooked ones.
Yeah,
too,
cooked
dude.
ones. Yeah, are we moved from the
shook ones, but cooked ones?
Oh, cooked forces are still very much now.
Because are we cooking?
Bro, I see him on the
now?
train. I see a white girl in cooked forces.
Yeah.
I see that more in Brooklyn than I see in chopped cheese.
Yeah,
white girls.
That's true.
White girls with cooked forces. They got that gorilla grippy.
It's. I mean, damn.
She got that Harambe coochie.
She got it's you're not wrong.
See,
you're not. It's
when I see that, I'm like, do you treat your coochie like you treat your forces?
But it's the girl that wears cooked forces still goes
and just
to Carmelo's
so tight like a school shooter,
and
dude.
she hunts for skater dick.
Yeah.
That's
Ram tramp.
That's who you're talking about.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
But a lot of those girls are wearing cooked Sambas now.
Yeah.
You see it, It was New Balances too for a while.
Yeah.
Not 550s, but
Solomon's now too.
Solomon's too.
C6s.
Yeah. With the lace garage completely fucking closed for the season to get those shits flapping in the
flapping
wind.
in the wind like a Nepalese prayer flag.
Dude, it's just like,
use the lace garage, people.
who the fuck is teaching these kids how to secure their shoes?
Nobody. Nobody is. No women listen to the show.
It's just like, tie the shoe. It has a fasten. It has a buckle. It has a lace for a reason. And it just flops into the back of the heel.
Parallel park that motherfucker sideways in the lace garage, guys.
You know what's gonna happen is like somebody's gonna get their
tight.
shits snagged on like the JMZ and die.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like a PSA campaign of like,
I know.
park your laces in the lace garage.
I think if that happens, cooked shoes will be canceled.
Yeah, right.
Do not cook your shoes.
No.
But also, too, it's just like, it's got to be feel like a breeding ground for bacteria. In those things,
You would think,
True.
but
right?
That's
Funky.
something.
Like if you go to a girl's apartment and it smells like feet.
that's a fucking red flag. Dude.
Yeah, man. Like, like no one's apartment.
Yeah, but it's also a bit
like feet, but a young woman's.
Yeah.
But if it smells like a barnyard, it's
So I guess we're learning more about James really than anybody else.
I think
there's a specific subreddit for this.
Jesus, James.
Barnyard baddies.
I had no idea.
Our
man.
goopy grippers, dude.
Harambe
rural
Harambe
grippers.
hoo-ha.
Yeah.
That would be a rural grippers. That would be a subreddit.
All right, what are some fashion predictions for 2023 that you see bubbling up that you think are going to become a thing?
Or things that you'd even like to manifest. You just want to get them out there in the open.
I would like to see, and this is just personally, like, I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're like t-shirts in the style of like football jerseys, which sounds bad as I'm saying it out loud.
They're like you see them in vintage. Yeah.
And I would like to see those make a return.
Like the stripes on the shoulders?
Yeah, and then there's like
right
maybe
there.
like a slight V-neck kind of collar.
No V-neck, though.
Oh, no V-neck.
No
Okay.
But it's a bit of like a boat neck almost?
No. It's like
so the neck
like
is
a
the
normal,
neck.
strong, collar.
Mm-hmm.
Sits unwavered around the neck.
Okay.
But
Good
it has
neck.
like the stripes on the shoulders.
Stripes on my chest.
Yeah. And might
a
have a
G
number,
general.
might have a word right there. But like it's something about that reminds me of like which is something I've become very nostalgic for recently, but like the early 2000s take on the 70s. Which is like, like what
like
a
when
lot of
Gap did flares?
Yeah, like what a lot of the rockers were wearing at that time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've become weirdly nostalgic.
Oh, like
for
Meet me in the
that.
bathroom
like the indie
type.
sleaze, like
Yeah, like not
So
not,
what Albert Hammond, Albert Hammond Jr. of the Strokes, like what
like ringer tees?
like,
like I wouldn't be mad at a ringer tee resurgence. I think that's already kind of happening.
Yeah.
Because you got like some of these kids that are, wearing like flared jeans and ringer tees and they got the rings and
big belt buckles.
Yeah, but we can't do guys like us who can't do slightly exposed happy trail midriff. Like that should be disgusting.
We would be creeps or
But still,
sound
but like a cropped, wider jersey style t-shirt.
Yeah, like like something. But like that's the thing about updating old trends and why they're new. You update them to like a modern style. Like it's like the look of retro, but
right. You were tweeting about this, which I found very interesting because you had the distinctions, and obviously you're a smarter man than me, but that idea of retrofitting, like
retro versus vintage.
Yeah. Well, so now there was one guy, I think that actress Taylor Russell, she's been making waves on the red carpet.
Okay.
lately with her like Loewe and Schiaparelli fits and whatnot. And one guy didn't like what she was wearing because he quoted it in vintage. And I'm like, okay, it's not vintage, it's retro, and it's okay to reference retro. Retro is, pre-pubescent vintage. At least in my eyes, or how I come to define the term. So like for me, it's just like you can reference things from 2006. That's okay. As long as you update it accordingly, and it doesn't look like a costume.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she didn't look like a costume. What she was wearing was something that I think was referenced from maybe Roberto Cavalli from like the mid 2000s, and she updated it very, very nicely. I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure.
You ever seen the photos of Roberto Cavalli on his yacht? Just getting his. Speaking of smelling ass, he has some like 24. Put this on very advanced. He's showering on the yacht and has like a 24-year-old like Italian baddie like literally washing his ass for him.
It'll go on his Zood board for his episode,
seen that.
Bro.
I know exactly what he's talking about. No, it's typical Italian king shit where it's just like this old man with his young side piece and he's just getting showered down by her.
His balls are just being massaged by like
it's pretty
his fucking full ass is out.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Incredible.
Wow. It's going to be in the Jordan Page Zood board, but yeah, classic photo,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
Wipe me down.
Wipe me down,
God.
mama.
That man looks like a wet bar of soap.
This man looks like some boiled pork.
Yeah, dude.
Just like white boiled
poached
meat.
chicken breast, bro.
Like a soft egg.
Oh my God. I mean, hey man, he's rich.
Yeah. Shout out to
You
Kim.
ever been to his restaurant in Miami?
Never.
I don't know if it's still open, but
No, and I didn't even know Roberto Cavalli having a restaurant in Miami makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah.
I've been to Miami in years.
You're not there for Basel.
He's here
I've actually
now.
never been for Basel. I've only ever been
It's
for
horrendous.
Yeah, you're not
spring
missing
break
much.
and
Fire.
other work shit. Never for Basel though.
Does DJing take you traveling?
It has. I mean, DJing is something I mainly do in New York, but I've done a couple gigs in LA, back home in North Carolina. But like, it's DJing is something I'm very passionate about, but not very intentional about.
Right.
Like I have,
It's a hobby, truly.
it's truly a hobby. I picked it up from my other older brother, the perks of being the youngest.
Right.
My brother Phil started DJing when he was in high school and we went to college together. So I kind of like picked it up from him. And when I moved to New York, met new DJ friends that convinced me to do it. So it's always been like the side piece,
Right.
Of my interest. But I
The
love
side piece
But you keep
washing-
her around.
The side piece washing your ass on a yacht.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, that's what
what it does for
DJing
you.
is for me. I'm
Yeah.
Roberto Cavalli.
Yeah.
DJing is the side piece washing
They
my
call him the
ass.
light skinned Roberto Cavalli. Hell
That's
yeah.
gonna be like my bio line. Very advanced.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Light-skinned
All right, so real quick, so we
Cavalli.
talked about trends and predictions. What are some brands that we will never see grace the back of Jordan Tage?
Geez.
This is an opposite Mount Rushmore.
Mountain Rush less.
I mean, honestly, and I've stayed away from them. I'm trying to think of like more like impactful, like high-end brands, but like
You were a designer, right? Last time I saw
yeah.
you had like a fucking Dior bag or something, right?
no, not to maybe I had some
Right,
Philip
that might have been-
Lim. I had some. I got a little Bodie in the wardrobe. I've got it's not designer, but it's damn near designer prices. I love me some double RL. Got a lot of that.
Damn near designer.
I got a little Jacques Mou.
Jacques Mou.
And I'm trying to think brands I wouldn't wear. It's like, and it's no hate to any of these brands, but like something like Rick Owens, I just wouldn't
Oh,
wear.
yeah.
And it's not like I hate it.
Too
It's
conceptual
whack.
for
It's
you?
Too conceptual. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's.
I don't
not
know how
my
to put that
style.
motherfucking piece on.
Yeah, it's just like anything drape that you have to drape or drapery.
Mhm.
I will always stay away from. But I'm trying to like give you guys a little bit of.
You're not really a hater,
I mean,
despite
like,
what your Twitter might make it seem.
I think my voice comes off stronger online than in person.
Well, because very few people are actually stating like
Right.
slightly like opinions that aren't just like
Yeah, you
mild
gotta-
like swipes.
Everyone else
Yeah.
is making pee pee poo poo jokes, and then you got Jordan
welcome.
Page
You're
coming
welcome, by the
through.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, we love
Everyone
a
else
pee
is-
pee
yeah.
joke. But I gotta say, like, it's funny, like when my brain fixates on something and it just like I get agitated by it, I have to do that Twitter release.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm still
That's the
always
therapy.
mindful of my words. Like
You clear the
like-
chamber. You're like, let me get it out.
I'm like, let me get it out, and then
Yeah.
and then
No,
And you're
totally.
good. You find
and then
found
I'm good.
peace.
It's your way of like neuralizing yourself. Like
you wear-
get it off.
Once again, no therapist. So,
Do you wear Supreme?
I have in the past. I've only owned probably like 2 things from Supreme ever.
Okay, having and you're a fan of Stussy.
Yes.
And you've worked with Liam, who's like a Stussy guy.
Yeah.
So having kind of like experience with both sides of the brands, let me ask you this, and this is something that we were debating. Who gets more pussy? Stussy guys or Supreme guys?
Damn.
You're not gonna put Liam on blast with his answer.
You know what? You
Well,
know
you
what?
just did.
I gotta say, I might have to go with Supreme on this one.
Yeah.
Just because
In quantity or quality?
Just because I know some of the guys that work there personally, and I know how they navigate.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're just
How they move.
I know how they
they
navigate.
be
life.
sticking.
No. I mean, but like I think I the thing is I don't know too many people that work at Stussy like personally. You know, I've never like gone out on the town with those guys.
Right.
The Supreme guys, a few of them I have.
It's kind of like an East Coast, West Coast thing too.
Yeah, I think so. Very much so. That's
All
a good way to put it.
Yeah. Okay.
The West Coast guys are just way more laid back.
Right.
It comes to them.
right.
Exactly.
You know?
Totally.
Exactly.
Told you I'm diplomatic.
Yeah.
Stuck
about-
the landing.
Jordan, do you have like, are there dudes not like celebrities or like maybe like iconic figures of the past, like maybe guys more behind the scenes or whatever? Lawrence and I have these guys that inspire your personal style, or is it really just drawn from like your own experience and your own likes and dislikes?
I would say definitely a little bit of both. I definitely have friends that I look to that inspire my personal style. One is my buddy Pat Peltier, who does Bandulu.
Okay. Oh yeah.
He's probably like my best friend in the fashion world.
Oh,
It's
damn.
like people
He's
don't even
blowing
know
up,
we're
dude.
friends,
I
but, like,
think I first learned about him through Very Advanced.
yeah,
When you fucking put him on the
yeah.
Summer Jam screen.
and now
that's
he's
my
doing
boy.
fucking Nike collabs, right?
Yeah.
doing Nike collabs,
Complex
doing,
Con designer to watch, right?
Yeah,
wow.
he's been making moves for a while now. I've known that guy about a decade, man. And like every time I go to his studio and we hang out, he's always wearing or doing something that I'm like inspired by. My other buddy, he's also like one of my DJ partners. My friend Andrew Wallace. He works at Bodie.
Okay.
And I've known him since before he used to work at Patrick Ravel, and I've known him for 6-7 years. And his personal style is always on 100. And he and I are DJ partners, so I'll go to his house and we'll like be, digging through,
Digging in the crates.
digging in the
You guys
crates
ever go back to back live?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! You guys got to come check me out.
Yeah, yeah,
man.
we
You
gotta-
haven't seen me DJ
No, I
since
know,
the
honestly,
since the Kinfolk
since before the
days.
pandemic, dude.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Straight up.
But I'll send you an invite to a proper gig one.
Please
of
do.
these days. But
Are you-
Andrew, for
are you
sure.
every week you're at Honey's or like every once a month?
Yeah.
Do you have a residency?
Honestly, it's not even really a residency. It's like when I feel like DJing, I'll
Right.
hit him up. I'll see like, hey, you guys got a Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
And we just do that. Same with Balearic. I don't really have a residency per se. I'm afraid of the commitment.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky enough to have relationships with these venues where I can hit them up and just say, hey, you got like a weekend night this
Pulling
month?
up.
Yeah.
Throw me a fucking bone,
Big
dude.
JP
Trying to
pulling up.
party.
Hey man,
Wait, what's your DJ name?
I usually
DJ Smell Ass.
and touch grass, baby. No, I usually go by Very Advanced, but sometimes I go by my name,
Okay.
just depending on the nature of the event.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
But like a lot of like, because I've done like a lot of like in-store fashion events,
Right.
And I'll use Very Advanced for sure, just to connect to
Right.
the Instagram and the content.
Yeah, yeah,
hub
yeah.
and
Totally.
whatnot,
What's,
strategy?
What's like the go-to eternal banger that you can drop and know that it's gonna set it off?
Oh man, I mean, like I'm gonna run through a few different genres
Please do.
and give you the for recent years of trap rap,
Mhm.
always March Madness with
Ooh,
Future.
let's go, baby.
Always that song reminds me so much of like Kinfolk's heyday.
Mm.
Classic.
Like if we're talking like dance hall, like newer, the thing is, I think, Rihanna work had the best club run of last decade.
Damn.
Even better than
High praise.
a lot of the rap songs, like firsthand, like that. I could throw that song on now and people would get to the floor.
For sure.
People just love that song. If we're talking like classic, like house, French house, Stardust, The Music Sounds Better With You is a go-to classic I'll drop.
Sandstorm.
Beirut.
A little Beirut. Also, any good like Donna Summer classic.
Sure.
ABBA.
The Queen.
The white women love ABBA.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
Gimme. And
Mamma Mia.
this year for me, I have to shout out this song because I just did the spotty rap.
Oh, is this number one?
This is my number one song of the year. Eliza Rose, Baddest of Them All. It
Not
went
familiar.
it went viral on TikTok, so people call it the TikTok song, but
Okay.
it's
a real song.
it is the best dance song of 2020.
Okay.
Really?
That song I throw on, people go nuts.
What do you think of
Eliza-
people that post their Spotify Wrapped?
I don't mind. I mean, honestly, like it gives me a lot of insight to who they are. I'm like, oh, that's why you're that way.
You're a fucking normie.
You've been sad all year.
It's like,
This is
wow,
why.
you're a Taylor Swift guy.
like-
Because
but
you
no, a
played
lot of-
6,000
no,
hours
I
of
kid you-
Elliott Smith.
I kid you not. 30% of my friends, not fans.
Fans.
Whoa, brother. 30% of my friends, their number one artist was like Alex G. Which I'm
And
like,
that
I know it's-
explains
that
everything.
explains
I know it smelled
everything.
crazy in there.
Yeah. That's why your crib smells like the barnyard.
Yeah. Barnyard cooked one.
Like a cow just gave birth.
just foot bacteria. Just nasty.
Yeah.
Smells like
calf
goat,
water birth.
smells like goat placenta in that bitch.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Maybe turn off the Alex G and turn on your shower, folks.
I was gonna tell my mom to listen to this. But
Oh man, I don't know if
It's her
you want to
Ned's
put that
version.
demon on her.
Yeah.
no.
She might discover some new cool subreddits though.
Yeah. I mean, she'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
No, she will. She knows.
The show is not parents.
I'll just say this. She knows I live in New York.
There it is. What about like
She knows I get busy.
Yeah.
what about the flip side of the coin? Like what is if you're hopping on the ones and twos,
Yeah.
what's some behavior that like you should not engage in because it would instantly kill the vibes
Like as a DJ.
as a DJ?
Honestly, like it's so much more of an like a way of being, and instead of just doing something.
State of mind.
State of mind. Thank you. You got to just be able to read the room. Like
Okay.
if so, here's my thing. I'm not a celebrity DJ. I don't approach DJing as if like I'm the authority.
Okay, good, because
on
nobody
music.
thought you were famous, bro.
Dude. But that's look. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. People act like they are.
Right. Once they just ascend to the ones and twos, suddenly they think
So here's the
the
thing.
Lord of the party.
Part of the DJ's job is to put people on to new music, which I will always stand by that. You should always throw something in your set the crowd hasn't heard, but you should also
Good advice.
read the crowd, anticipate them a little bit. It's a little bit of mind reading. And, I know a couple of guys who have DJ with, and they're great DJs. They just don't read the crowd well, or they're too stubborn to.
Interesting.
So it's
Stop
just
playing Rick Ross.
No, never
Why would
stop
you ever
playing
do
Rick
that?
Ross.
You're in Ibiza.
But like I know people who
You're in Berlin.
will go to like a disco club and play something ambient.
Right.
Like
Turn off the
makes
Aphex
no
Twins are
sense.
scaring the hose.
Yeah, exactly. The hoes are scared.
Yeah.
They're frightened. They're hiding in the bathroom and they're not having fun.
Right.
No.
They're tying their forces tighter.
Yeah.
But because they want to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Trying to run.
They're getting
But yeah,
strapped
so
up.
for me, the what you don't want to do is just like put the crowd to sleep. Like, yo, if you're at a bar that's known for playing a certain type of music, adhere to those standards to a degree.
So it's also know your read your audience, know your audience, lead your
Yeah.
audience.
Know your role.
Yeah. It's just like be fun.
Oh
Like,
man,
I'm not
speaking-
making millions of dollars from this.
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
Have fun with it,
Speaking of fun, will history look back on Kinfolk closing as the actual biggest tragedy of COVID? Forget the 6 million deaths.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
From a nightlife perspective, fuck yeah, man. I mean, I think the city lost
was
a
tragic,
great
bro.
venue. It was tragic. It was heartbreaking because a lot of people didn't get to properly say goodbye.
Right.
Yeah,
And we
it's
have
very
to,
sudden.
It was super
Not just to
sudden.
loved ones, but
No, well, like
their favorite establishments.
I mean, like
Only less than 10 people were able to properly say
less
goodbye
than
that
10
one night.
people who got really drunk.
Yeah.
It was so hot in there that night too. I just realized, I was like, why isn't the AC on? I'm like, oh, because no one's working here
Yeah.
anymore.
Because the venue's
No one's
shut down.
because it's
The bills
shut
have not
down.
been paid.
The bills have not been
The
paid.
mold is taking over.
But yeah, look, there was an absence of vibes in that area until like Billerica opened, which I think is not like Kinfolk in a sense of like the type of person that attracts or the music that's played, but the energy is similar.
Okay. Do you get a similar mix of like black, white, Asian, brown, purple, green? Like,
yeah, I mean, like it's a good mix of people, but like with any crowd in Williamsburg, you get like the Williamsburger
Yeah,
finance
true.
guy comes in, but like you need those guys because they're the ones spending $200-$300 at the bar
At
every
least.
night that they're there, and they usually come with like 3 to 4 girls, if not like 10 guys.
Yeah.
This is one of the others, like 10 guys or one guy with 5 girls.
Right.
That's
All
usually
bird
the
motherfuckers,
breakdown.
though.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you need those guys because they spend money, and like, honestly, they're not that bad. Some of them are jerks, but like, they're usually the guys that you meet and they're really nice. I'm like, oh, you're cool. Let me get you a drink, and they think you're the coolest guy in the world because they work in finance,
Right?
So like, some of those guys are absolute sweethearts. I'm not gonna lie,
right?
Like, would I like befriend them on a consistent basis? And
No.
like, hang
Yo,
out?
what's
Like,
that shirt say? Stussy Dryer Van nothing?
Yeah,
What?
Dries? I love dries, bro.
Dryer Van what? Nah, but like, dude, like they think like
Van Holder.
guys like us are like the absolute coolest ever.
And they would
and-
be fucking correct.
And they will buy you free drinks
Yeah.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of buying free drinks, Jordan Page. What do you call him? The
The
What do you
light skinned Roberto Cavalli.
yeah, the light skin Roberto Cavalli.
From now on, that is from henceforth
Please address me as such.
as such.
How much money do you make?
How much money do I make? I mean, as a freelance guy, it ebbs and flows.
Are you full 1099 on everything?
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh.
Tax season is a biatch.
Horrendous.
I mean, I look, I don't want to put all my business out. I would just say I'm doing well.
Yeah.
My mom is proud.
That's great.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Well,
Are you making more? Are you making more money than either of your older brothers?
ooh.
I don't know. My oldest brother's a lawyer, so no.
Probably- so no,
absolutely
you're not.
not.
Unless he's a public
Absolutely
defender?
not.
Or a pro bono guy, yeah.
No. He's like
He's legit.
He was in environmental law, but now he's in corporate.
Oh, so he's making that big
Yeah,
money.
yeah, he's doing all right. And my other brother was,
But he doesn't sleep well at night because he's a corporate lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll see him in a couple weeks. I want to ask him. He just got a new job.
How much money do you make?
Yeah, that's the first
Hey,
question.
I was
think-
on this
I
podcast.
think my mom
Hey,
already
Phil.
asked him
How much
that.
money do you make?
Phil and Jeff and Stephanie have a
And
sister.
shout out Stephanie.
She's a doctor, so
Oh, so
I'm
yeah,
not
you're
making
no,
more money than her.
You're the
No,
most broke page.
No, I am. So it's funny. So like all my siblings, I'm the youngest of four. Brother's a lawyer, sister's a doctor. She works in like medical research or whatever. My brother Phil's professor. They all
Wow,
have,
everyone's
like,
an upstanding member of society besides you.
Except
Yeah.
my mom for the longest time, and I still don't think she knows exactly what I do.
I mean, secret
Oh.
collab is something you can like
Yeah.
point at.
And you can get them all a pair,
But
dude.
until then, but like when I was behind the scenes, like in my agency days, she was just like, "What are you doing? Who are you
Right.
working with? Coca-Cola? What are you doing for Coca-Cola? They already have Coca-Cola. Like, are you making the Coca-Cola?" Like, no, these guys, they have events and they need promotion and they need producers, and I'm the guy back. And she's just, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, can you pay rent? Yes. She's like, okay.
Besides rent, what do you like to spend your money on? Besides rent and clothes.
Yeah, what are your vices?
My vices
Are you a big food guy? Big gourmet?
I do love a good meal. I think that like I will shell out for a good dining experience. A place with some good wine.
What recently has hit?
It's this new spot in Greenpoint, Bar Americano.
Yeah, I
Great
went there.
spot. It's amazing.
They put mint on the fried chicken sandwich. I took umbrage at that.
I
That I
haven't
did
had
not
the
like.
fried chicken sandwich. I had the burger.
The burger was
Like a mint chutney or like,
Like-
a
no,
like
like
a mint
leaves of
leaf.
mint.
So you can take those off, but that's a bit.
Interesting. How
Yeah.
was it besides the mint?
Good fry.
Yeah.
On the chicken.
Yeah.
The burger was good. It's really funky, like umami-y.
Like dry aged
Yeah.
beef funky.
Like caramelized onions and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah, I like
Good
the
vibe.
food there. For bar experience, that's been top recently. Food experience, I went to what's that place in Dime Square? Servos.
Yeah.
Servos.
I went there for the first
Fire.
time.
All timer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's worth it's. I mean, it's hard as fuck to get in there,
Yeah.
but like, or it's a process, but it's worth it.
I loved everything that I
Yeah.
ate.
It's
there.
the real deal.
Everything
Amazing.
hits. Everything
I
hits.
went there with some buddies a couple weeks ago, and we just had a great time. And then went to Parcel after that, which was
Oh, nice.
a nice wine spot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the guy that we were talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that place too. Really great.
Are you a big
selection.
wine guy?
Yeah, now I am. I think beer it's just I love it, but it settles harsher than ever these days. And liquor, I just gotta have less and less of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, wine,
Especially the brown.
why, yeah, especially the brown.
Yeah, that's what they say.
My brown days are over. Like I have not had Hennessy in like 3 years.
Why?
Like it-
Because you become a menace?
That's just an absolute
A menace off the Henny, dude.
Y'all remember the fucking Incredible Hulk days?
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Anything is
it
possible.
really is.
Henny and Hypnotique.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm off the brown. I mean, I will occasionally have a bit of Martell. That's my favorite cognac. I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
He
I
just
really,
did the real time math in his
I
head.
rarely do booze a lot. I'm a very social drinker. I don't like go home and pour a glass of wine or
Right.
crack open anything.
You don't have a drinking problem.
I don't
Is what you're
think so.
saying. Okay,
I
cool.
don't think so. I don't have like an
Mama Paige.
addictive personality.
We know you're listening.
Hey, Ma. I don't have like when it comes to substances like foods or drugs or alcohol. I don't have like an addictive personality.
Yeah. So where does the money go? Is it clothes?
I think it's clothes. Most of my money goes to clothes, but I'm doing this thing now where if I buy something, I try and figure out something in my wardrobe that I don't wear.
You got to sell or trade,
or like honestly, like me and my oldest brother are about the same size. So like, shoes, we're the same shoe size. So I like
trade them that for a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
For
some health care.
Some free
crumb
legal
of healthcare.
counsel.
Oh, he's the lawyer. Yeah, some free legal counsel.
Which actually he has been an immense help because
with your contracts and shit.
Yeah, because I'll ask him to look over contracts, and he's spotted a few things that are like a little shady,
fishy.
and we correct those. So pays to have a lawyer in the family.
Absolutely.
If you guys don't
no pun intended, bro.
We pay one to advise us, but
I'll get to your your status one day. One day I'll pay my lawyer.
Please.
One day you're gonna throw your brother a bone.
Yeah, I will.
Just give him some free. Just take a sneaker.
I've given, just because we're similar sizes and shoe sizes, I've given him a lot of free dope clothes.
Yeah, more than enough. I'm sure.
I think the trade
probably owes you, if anything.
I think the trade's about even.
All right, Jordan. Let's get into everyone's favorite segment of the podcast, which is
Wow. Sex and dating, sucking and fucking.
Oh boy,
all the fun stuff.
Oh my goodness.
So we already kind of did a who gets more pussy earlier, but who gets more pussy, DJs or designers? Because you're both.
I gotta say DJs because they're scummier.
Yeah,
designers can be scummy too.
Oh, for sure.
But DJs,
heard a couple stories.
DJs are, but also too. I'll say this, man. I've been DJing for a while. Women just
it's like power, like you're saying, you lord over the room. Right?
They're the star of the show.
It's great, and for you to get more attention, ignore them.
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
when they like try to like hold up their phone, it says like play Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, and then they get mad at you, and then
baby.
you're like, I don't take requests, and then like the second you get out of the booth, they're like flirting with you.
Yeah,
it's like I was just mean to you.
Yeah,
what's going on? Yeah, but that is an interaction I've had often, like because I'm an asshole. It's like I feel like I'm a generally nice person, but in the booth, I'm kind of an asshole.
You're locked
right.
in.
I'm very territorial.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like if people try to like dance in the booth,
this is not your space.
I don't care how hot you are.
I don't want to drink.
I don't care who you know. Right. I don't care if you know me.
Yeah.
Get out the booth.
Link with me after the set.
Get out the booth.
Get out the booth.
Move.
Kiss the ring after the set.
Yeah.
Get out the booth.
It's the only time you'll see me at my crankiest in public.
Damn.
Fire.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, if you've had a bad interaction with Jordan in the past, and so it was behind the decks. There, it's just business. Baby.
I would say 8 times out of 10, yes. If you've had an aggressive encounter in the wild, 8 times out of 10, I was behind the booth.
I was working.
Yeah.
And those other 2 times, you were just the asshole.
Yeah.
Not you, the person I'm talking to right now.
Maybe me.
All right, Jordan, you are doing phenomenally well. We got the Cat collab dropping, I think this week. Because this comes out next week.
Yeah.
Saucony first drop in February.
Part 1.
June.
Part 2.
Despite you doing so well, we would love to offer up some constructive criticism so that we can hopefully see you do even better.
Please.
Take it or leave it. Highly suggest you take it.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Fuck pants. Why don't you get with Cat and collaborate on some heavy machinery? I'm trying to see a fucking bulldozer in these streets.
Dude,
the color plus dozer.
A color plus, dude. I want to make a turquoise
wrecking
bulldozer so bad.
Yo, that would be Tiffany.
A mohair
blue.
A mohair bulldozer. let's do that. That. I think the boys.
The Modozer.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh, that's in the works. 2024. It'll probably take a year to.
All right. Modozer dropping soon
with a wrecking ball attached.
Or whatever the fuck I said.
A mohair bulldozer. We're on it, guys.
Let's go.
Jordan, do you have Amine's number, or you got his people's number? What's the? He called you.
I have his number.
Okay, so
I do have his number.
Whenever you get a chance, we're gonna need you to text Amine and ask him to come on the pod. And in exchange, when he does, fingers crossed, inshallah, when he does, the first question will be like, "How amazing was it working with Jordan?" Clearly, he influenced your personal style. Yeah. Clearly, he influenced your personal style and changed your life forever.
Forever.
We can guarantee that we will cook the books on the run of show if you can just finesse the intro.
I think I could help out with that. I'll do my damnedest.
We definitely, on a serious note, we've low key really wanted him. And I don't know if we've really tried. Maybe, just again, begging various people that come into our orbit that we know.
The timing was off. The timing was off when at our closest. But so
anyway, just something to pocket and think about for later.
I know other people in his circle. We can get there. We'll
be remiss not to ask.
Jordan, where can the kids follow you? What do you want to plug?
Oh man, I'll plug a few things.
Go off.
Always follow Very Advanced. Sounds like it's spelled or spelled like it sounds. A little dyslexic. Follow Color Plus Company, color with a U, the old English way.
Right.
Company with an I instead of a Y. Be on the lookout for the Caterpillar collaboration coming in the next week and a half. Exclusive.
Why is the launch event in Philly?
So our retail partner is Atmos.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
They have 3 stores in the States and the biggest one is in Philly.
Yeah.
Plus I have like good networks.
They're Japanese based, right?
Yeah.
You gotta
Foot
launch.
Locker just bought them.
Oh shit.
You
Okay.
gotta launch part 2 in Nippon, baby.
Yeah, I would love
That'd be
to
sick.
get out there. That's one corner of the globe I have not
Yeah, trotted.
not going out there.
Well,
I gotta
manifest.
get out
Soon.
there.
Fingers crossed.
We're manifesting.
2023, baby.
All right, so the cats come in this week as we speak.
This week, very soon, and then Saucony in a couple of months, and I think that's it. Honestly, don't
For
have
now.
any-
That's it for now.
For now.
And people, obviously, you put your DJ stuff up on stories on Very
my
Advanced?
stories.
Yeah.
For all the Bushwick kiddies, I'll be at Mood Ring on the 15th.
Hell yeah, dude.
Playing all the finest techno jams.
That's a fun venue.
Get your
That's good.
ketamine now.
Yeah, right?
Get your ket now. Call your guy now.
Call your horse
Seriously.
trainer now.
Yeah, please. Today, 2 weeks out.
Just to be safe.
So I'm out there, and honestly, any gig that I have, I normally posted to Very Advanced as well as my personal page.
And we will find you on TikTok soon.
Yeah. And great Twitter follow. It's not because your Twitter. Let's get some juice behind Jordan's Twitter, people.
Oh man, guys, thank you.
Yeah.
Twitter
Very
is-
advanced on Twitter too, right?
Yeah, Very Advanced on Twitter. Twitter's fun. I like Twitter.
Jordan, thank you for coming.
Thanks,
on.
bro. We appreciate you, man.
Only
Thank you guys for having me.
podcast that matters. Chef, take us out.